Good start, isn't it? Welcome back to Three Counties FC. Stream number, I believe, number 48 today, which is a lot of streams actually. A lot of hours been put into this this save. We are rocking the Three Counties mug, available at claytsstore.co.uk. That is a made-up website. That is not what it actually is. I actually don't know what Clayts shop. Somebody will find it. If you want to get a mug, you should go and get one. Cheers to you all. Hope you're all good. And today, we're going to play some Football Manager. And we're also going to talk about all things football because the World Cup's over, pre-season started, it's transfer window time, my favourite time of the year. I do like talking transfers, to be fair. Yeah, we're gonna have a nice little few hours of streaming this morning. So if you're here, give us say hello. Say good morning, and we'll jump in. There you go. Ollie did find the link to the shop there, which says get yourself a spineless hoodie and a three counties merch here. That actually kind of is quite up to date. That's pretty good, isn't it? Did you see your message? Yes, Pav. We will we'll sort something out with that. I didn't reply. I was busy. You know what it's like with children. But yeah, we'll do something to do with that. I reckon. Like whether something. Yeah. But you're on for it. Yeah, Leonie definitely did that and updated that for sure. How you doing, Joshua? EJ's in. Alex is here. Andy says, my best friends live in Crewe, so I live in lower league. You live the lower league life, and I've been to 2 pre-season games so far. Nice. That's good stuff. That is good stuff. I was looking at like, could I go to some like local football around here? There's no football around here. Miles away. Absolutely miles away. Pav says, I remember watching Wolves Liverpool and found out. And they had TT Camera and Hippie, and we had no idea who they are. We found out, yeah, they were good, those two, weren't they? That TT Camera, first 6 months to a year. Oh, it was gorgeous. And then he started playing like the footballer that he looked like in terms of his body after that, and it wasn't quite as good. Could dribble, could not make a mermaid, could TT Camera. Casper Ho from Bodo Glimt to Celtic, 11 million plus add-ons. For that price up here, he better hit the ground running. Yeah, I saw that one. He's the striker, right? He's probably not called Casper Ho, but yeah, that's an interesting one. That is a lot of money for Celtic. You're right. How you feeling, mate? Feeling a bit better? Yes. I will say, let's jump into the save, by the way, because we've got loads to get through here today. Did not sleep particularly well, yes. Last night, yeah, I've just read yes in the chat there. So we're back down to that again, but I am feeling pretty good overall. Feeling good about getting started with a few new little projects and things for videos as well. I've got the Wesker save up to 5 years after the last video, so we're going to do one big finale to round off that series, and then I've got a really fun idea that it's probably going to take a bit of work to get set up and get going, but I think it should be a really fun idea for the next series. And I think I'm going to go straight into a series rather than doing lots of little one-off videos, because I think where we are with the cycle, I think that might be the way to go with things. Who scored against City, Inter and Sporting? Yeah, there you go. There's a little bit of a description, Nerdiverse, of what 3 counties are. 3 counties are 3 counties in sort of, well, Herefordshire, Worcestershire, Gloucestershire. And it's a bit of a term used around there. There's a show that happens every year called the 3 Counties Show. There's a big showground called the 3 Counties Showground. So I've created a team based on that sort of theory, basically. And we're in the Prem. We're not only in the Prem, by the way. To jump back in from a week ago, where's the best way to show it? We're in the Champions League. 3 counties are a Champions League team. That is wild. We finished 6th last year, which I don't really know why it's good enough to see us in the Champions League, but it is a 72-point season. And Spurs win in the Europa. I think we finished off with this 7-5 loss, didn't we? Might go to the food festival there in a minute. Love it, Pav. I'd love to be nearby and then I could meet you at the food festival. I feel like I should do next time I'm up. Should we go to the pub? There you go. That's a wild idea, isn't it? Should we organise that and actually do it? Because I feel like we kind of like talk about it every time, but then I'm always like, well, I'm actually doing this with like my family. But should we actually organise it? And anyone else who wants to come as well, who fancies it? We are Champions League, so we are Champions League. D Festa is correct, yes. We are then. How's the music level, by the way? Is it a bit loud or is it all right? Hopefully good. Maybe a good English UEFA performance. I think there was that as well as Spurs winning the Europa League. Probably did it. I think Spurs also won the FA Cup, I think. which is why we got the 6th place, I believe. Yeah, that last game of the season was silly, wasn't it? Me, what are we fancying? I reckon some food and beers, I reckon. Does that sound good to anyone? I'm keen. We have, though, been busy, if you remember. We have made some signings. It is the 12th of August. We played our first game of the season, which was the Community Shield last time. I've clicked on the wrong thing. I think my skin has changed. Weird. That was in a different place. We played the Community Shield against City and we lost 3-1. Although Volker Kimper did score his first goal, so that vindicated me, didn't it? A little bit. Where you're all wrong by saying it was a bad signing, and I've proved you correct. I look at people's names to check if there's any other Ziegerman issues. Is D Festa maybe DF Esther and it's Spanish for a swear word or something? I mean, maybe. If it is, it doesn't matter because I'm going to do it the wrong way now, aren't I? I'm going to read it that. Is your name Anne D.Y. Manning? Because it could be, couldn't it? How you doing, Chori? Welcome in, dude. Hope you're good. I lost the game to Newcastle randomly 8-2 the other day. That game felt like that. It does happen, doesn't it? Yeah. Love your Wesker series. Thank you, dude. We're just talking about that, actually. There's another video coming that I'm going to record tomorrow to hopefully be out later in the week next week as a big finale to go through everything on that one. And then we're going to start a new adventure, which is going to be good. Yes, exactly that. We're going to start a new series. Do you want to know what I've got in mind? I'm going to tease it here. Are you ready? I really loved the youth only angle of the youth save. So bear that in mind. Something I've not done this year is a multi-club save. They're really fun. Something like that. And also, there was one team that became a bit of a theme in one of our saves. In the Vaduz save even, there was one team that I feel like we owe it to them to go and manage them and take them to glory. And they may be in Norway. Are they Norwegian? I think they're Norwegian. And they may be Norwegian. I'm not actually 100% sure of that, but I think they might be Norwegian. And get your rowing boats out. They might be brought into it somewhere along the line as well. Surely with their name. Exactly, yeah. I was like, I didn't actually ever check what league they were in, but then I was like, with their name, surely they are. So that'd be quite an assumption if it was wrong, wouldn't it? But yeah, maybe them as being one of the teams and then some other teams to do a bit of a multi-club, but only using youth players, but being able to move players between the teams and setting a bit of a limit on, I think, rather than saying, with Wesker, it was very much open and trying to get to, doing, can we win the Champions League? I think with this one, it might be, what can I achieve in a certain time frame? And then that keeps it all locked in to begin with. So maybe doing like in 10 seasons, we have to see what we can build. Cryptic clues for the other clubs. I'd love to give you cryptic clues for the other clubs. I don't actually know. One thing that basically, I want to do Viking as one of the, I think I want to do 3. And I think then one of them will be Viking. So maybe Viking will be like the middle club because they are top league. Send me a brief. I've got an hour today. I'll set it up. I will do that, Pav. Yeah, that'd be good. So maybe Viking is the middle team. And I think maybe Bundesliga, just because Bundesliga, you can bring in players from all around the world. And it's the registration reasons. Otherwise, you are a little bit stumped if I tried to do Prem. So maybe Bundesliga at the top and then Viking in the middle. And then, yeah, I agree. 4 was fine, but sometimes a little much. And I think for a YouTube video where I waffle anyway, I think 3 is the sweet spot here. 2 is too little because it feels like there's not enough movement. I think 3 is the sweet spot. And then if I tried to do it maybe like 1 season per video, we'll talk it through. Chat, this is an open forum. What would you like me to do for my next save? St. Pauli because of Pirates? Maybe. But yeah, Bundesliga or just Germany? Bundesliga, I was thinking just as the top team with Viking in the middle. Is there a link to maybe like, could we create something that links them? A bit like Spineless, but in a different way. Because we could do Bundesliga too. That is correct. And then, like, I haven't got them loaded in this save, but something like that we could do, couldn't we? Cologne, because it's another holy team. That's true. That is true. Relegate Liverpool as low as you can and then rebuild them. I mean, maybe. Rebuilding Wolfsburg. We've done similar, haven't we? We did Wolfsburg with Spineless Wolfsburg, of course. Malmo, Viking, and Cologne. That kind of fits. We'll have a think about it. Let me know what you guys, what if there's any input there. We'll workshop it together. Why not? And then maybe like Bundesliga top, Viking middle, and then a super low team as the third. Union Berlin are the iron ones. Yeah, like what could be a cool league that could feed into Norway? Can we look at ranking of competition ranking leads in Europe? Can I look at the leagues ranking here? Obviously, this is a little bit in the future, so it's not quite as good. Competitions, men's. So, like, where's the Norwegian league here? Is this, that's the Danish league. Norwegian league is there above Armenia. So you could do like a lower league. Could do like Poland, Greece, Slovenia. Rectangular logos only. Viking, Union Berlin. I like that. Very like a completely spurious link between them. I've just thought of something. Norway season is summer based, whereas most of Europe are winter based. That is true. I wonder if... Yeah, I wonder how that works, actually. Vikings' nickname is the Dark Blues. I guess that could work. I have been in the Wesker save. I've got BK Häcken in Sweden. And... So, yeah, maybe you could just do Norway, Sweden, Finland, and you put Viking are a top division, right? And you just do lower leagues in those leagues and do something like that around there. It could be, like, there's no reason to go with Bundesliga, really, if you did something like that. I have been loaning players to Häcken, though, from Wesker, and it's been okay, even though they play a slightly different time. Like, I sent Nicolas Hernandez there, and he actually thrived for BK Häcken. Many moons ago, there were many talents coming from BK Häcken. Yeah, there you go. Sirius in first tier in Sweden do fantastic IRL, do they? So yeah, maybe you do like... You do... The problem is if you get them promoted, I don't want them to all be much of a muchness. Sirius are an underdog IRL and they're in first place in the first tier, are they? You have a few people in Häcken, including the sporting director. There you go. So Grunge has got links. POW FC, Basque only. They're in a very small part of France, in the Basque region. That's a fun save. I don't know if that would work for this save, because I would want to move them between teams, CG, but that's a fun save of its own, actually. The small world that is football. Yeah, that is true. Could you try and topple Fenerbahce in Galatasaray in Turkey? That's a terrifying prospect. Mention one Turkish team and you get all the ultras from all the other teams into the comments. It's a terrifying prospect. One day we will do a Turkish save, I'm sure, but I'm not sure I'm ready for it. I'm not sure I've got the mental fortitude for it, basically. Something like you could do like third division Sweden, top division Norway, and then yeah, that French team you could do Bilbao, POW FC. That could be a fun little way of doing it, actually. Yeah, that could work. But I don't think it would work now unless we did that, because I'd want to move them. And if POW FC can't have non-Basque players, then there's no point moving players to that club, is there? Third division Sweden, top division Norway, Bundesliga. Would it work? Or would the difference in league calendars not work? Norway 1, Finland 2, Denmark 3. I imagine there's a mod where you can make Basque country, yeah. You have a teacher at my school who played pro football for a Bundesliga 4 team. That's fun, Josh. Third tier Sweden need my scouting Clayts. I'm game. I mean, probably so grunge, yeah. All black and yellow, are they, Keeney? AIK, Alemannia Aachen and Vitesse. So the only problem is you could do Dortmund if you did that. And I don't hate the idea of doing quite a good team at the top of these things. You could do AIK blue and yellow rather than black. I guess they are black and yellow a bit. I think there's some blue in there somewhere, I'm sure of it. We did them as in the what's it called? The Journeyman. Well, they've got a blue badge. I think that's what I'm thinking of. They do wear black and yellow, yeah. Awake it as a bit of white. I mean, apparently they've got black and white shirts now in my game. But yeah, it's because their badge is blue and yellow. That's why. I saw years ago YouTube do a save on the worst team in the UK and brought that team money. People buying their merch, except for find a bad team that needs money and do a save, and hopefully we buy merch. I can't get you to buy La Cantera merch, or like I can't get you to buy Three Counties merch. How are we going to do that? Nah, I just don't think I haven't got like the pull to make people buy merch, and I don't want to completely shill it basically. So no. Are you looking for teams who already have good youth facilities? Not necessarily. No, I think building that is not the worst thing either. You get one of your favourite nations, maybe a Japanese, say a team. What about that, chat? It's very worldwide, but how could you do? Would the players move between them? Could you do? Because I haven't done a Japanese save yet, and I do really want to. Could you do Bundesliga, Viking, Japan? Could that work? What is the calendar for a Japanese season? Pentagon, if you're mental, that could work. Have you been in Asia at all this FM? Not this FM, no. Japan to Norway to Germany, exactly. Do I get a percentage for this idea? Sure. 0%. Perhaps time to head to Asia then. Yeah, it could be good, couldn't it? I'm a big fan of the Japan thing, mostly so you could scout my own future save. Nice. Yeah. So like J1 League, we could look for a team that fits the aesthetic a little bit. Winter, I think, is how they operate. So the same as Germany. And then you just have Viking as a bit of an outlier. I wonder how much problems that would cause. Could it work? And I wonder, in terms of like, can you actually, if I go to World, can you compare? This is a big old tangent, isn't it? If I go to the World, can you compare the leagues, all of the leagues? Yes. So where's the J League come into things? The J League is there. It's good, which is less than the Bundesliga, which is excellent. And then Norway is fairly good. So they are kind of different levels as well, which kind of works. It's mainly northern countries on Ireland that do summer for obvious reasons, of course, yeah. Pack your bags, we're moving to Okinawa with Clayts. I'm into it. 0 is more than 0%, so I'm all good. I mean, technically, yes. I guess. Right, chat. Let's park that idea, although I do enjoy theorising with you guys. There's definitely going to be a comment in like a few months' time going, I remember, like, people watch the VODs back and there's me talking about the Wesker save before we did the Wesker save when it was just an idea. And they were like, it's quite funny to listen to you talk about this as an idea having watched the entire save now. So I'm sure and hope that that's going to be the case with this one now. Right. Have we seen that Newcastle have a 9-point deduction? We have not. What's happened? I mean, I assume that's to do with administration. Look. Let me move out the way a little bit. Newcastle are starting the season on -9. I thought they were quite good, weren't they? Hey, that was OMG. CJ's in tears. He is. They finished just below us last year. Just joining stream and Clayts is talking about me. Was it you that made... Did you say that comment? Did you do that comment, Masuk? That's funny. Well, maybe you can... you like weird universe working in weird ways then maybe. Check their owners, yeah. Unai Emery is boss. How do I see their... How do I even see their owners? Do I go to staff? Can I see their staff from here? Finance is not available. That's not a great sign, is it? That can't be good. Still got good facilities. Only good corporate. Can I see how much money they have? Does it say anywhere? Not really. Staff. Oh, thank you. I don't think I can see their staff. Is there a way? Unai cheating a bit, yeah. You ever thought about doing a Build a Nation? Not really, no. I don't think it really... I mean, I'm sure I will at some point, but I'm not sure it really suits what I like to do, maybe. They didn't even put Bruno on mega contract. That's true, actually. Yeah, I don't know. Weird. What about a save where you bring back fallen giants like Palmer and bring back club legends as staff or players? Help them get back. Yeah, that's the type of thing you do as like a one-off thing. As a one-off video and stuff. We've done similar stuff to like a rebuilding Palmer type of thing. I like the idea of bringing the staff back though. That is good fun. Right, chat. Club history landmarks. Will that tell you, will it? I need to go back to Newcastle somehow here. Club history landmarks. Anthony Gordon has been appointed as vice captain. Went into administration After Yasser Al-Rumayyan scaled down funding and a new administrator, Callum Thomas, took over. So, yeah, administration for Newcastle is crazy. They won the Europa League only not last season. The season before last, if you like. Yeah, rip. Please tell me you're bringing back an ex-player for staff at Wesker. He needs to come back. There's loads of players that I've tried to bring back as staff at Wesker in the next 5 seasons. I'll tell you now, Juan de la Cruz, is that his first name? De la Cruz, anyway, who was came through our very first intake, is the B team assistant manager now. So there you go. Right, we've got a game, and then we'll get into, maybe we'll play this game, then we'll do a bit of a updated squad it, and then we'll finish off the transfer window, because it is actually the 12th of August, and yeah, Nico Paz on a free, of course they did, didn't they? Also, yeah, who's for sale from them? That could be interesting. We do have a little bit of money left over, but I think we're about to spend it. I need to sort out the wages. Can I put some wages into? It's not letting me change it loads. Okay, I'll put loads in. We do have a player coming in there, if you remember. We are signing 2 players, in fact. Sandro Gamboa, who, by the way, is real. We're signing a real player here on a free. Do you remember this? We saw him that he was on a free and we thought, actually, for a free player, he looks quite good. He's actually real, which I did not expect. He was 17 at the start of the game, so he's still only 24. We're bringing him in, though, on a free, and we're probably going to flip him because, yeah, yuck, a real player. We've got a load of loans that we need to get going out at some point, but we did also box off a new centre-back, if you remember. Andres Nogueira is our big summer signing at centre-back, and I think he might come in and probably push out one of our starting centre-backs. We found him. He's at Real Madrid, not really playing. We've brought him in for 20 million, and I think that's a wildly good bit of value there. They signed him, to be fair, they only did sign him for 7.75. But I think he's quite good. Do you have the wages for those 2 currently? We will do. We've got money and stuff. We'll make stuff work, I'm sure of it. He looks brilliant for the deal you made. He does, doesn't he? Great heading, really good on the ball, which was the thing that we were looking for, because so many centre-backs can't pass, can they? I found a player who's 6'8" and renamed him the Clayts regen. Josh, I like your work. You're doing great work over there. You accepted a job from Bournemouth, and in the interview they said, do you mind joining a club with a bit of financial debt? I took it, and then they had 174 million in debt. Well, a bit of a challenge for you, I guess, is the way that you have to see that. We got him coming in, though. We also did sign, we did this business as well before that. Pereira permanently, Nazir on a free. These guys are youth players. We did, though, sign Falk to Kimper, who does now have a face, by the way. I've given him a face. Yeah, true. Youngsters going out on loan will pay for the wages. That's very true, yeah. These guys on a free. We signed, I keep forgetting about this, Darwin Verted Nunez, didn't we? Who we've decided could be a right wing-back option if we wanted him to be. Inverting. He's actually quite good, but yeah, he signed on a free. We also signed Edson for £15 million, who I've also given a face to. Not could, he is. Is he? Out of curiosity, do you scout everyone from the next gen? Got me players of all prices and caliber there? Sometimes, yeah. He Darwin verts, he does. I have a little flick through usually, and then sometimes scout them. If there's a player on the next gen that's at like a low reputation club, definitely give them a scout, yeah, because they'll be cheaper. Tom, by the way, did I read out your resub? Thank you, dude. Thank you for the 2 months with Prime. Legend. I think I missed it, but thank you, buddy. I appreciate you. Was there any more that we signed before that? Oh, yeah, and also, yeah, we did bring in Brian Valoyes, who I also did give a new face to. There he is. Handsome chap is Brian. He's going to be in our midfield as well. Let's play then. We've got Southampton. Let's play our very first game of our 9th season then, and then we'll go back to transfer stuff. I don't think we start him here. I think we start Francini. Do we, though? We've got a big squad. We still need to loan out Radojevic if we can. We need to sell Folovsky, but he's going to Oxford. Try and sell Freddie Lopez or find a solution for him. We've also got Yamada out injured, and Pouget needs a loan as well because he's not registered. I also gave him a face look. Shall we start Darwizzi? We could start him up front. I am into that, actually. Just realised you said Spurs won the FA Cup. It was us. Did we win it this year? You're right. Maybe they won the League Cup? Europa League. They won the Europa League. That's what I meant. You're right. Yeah, no, they didn't. They won the Europa League. And maybe also the League Cup then, maybe. But yeah. The Bassi mod for goalkeeper's kit is not working for me. It's working for me, Island Boy. I've given, I'm pretty sure we should check it in this game, but I'm pretty sure I've given Nunez a goalie kit for this game. So that's curious that that's not working for you. You said Europa League for Spurs. I think I also said FA Cup though, yeah. That's right. That's why we're in the Community Shield, yeah. I think Darwizi at wing back against Southampton is a game to do it. It's away. This feels like a bad decision. No, not yet. We need to get some points on the board. How do I ask it without seeming weird? What's the question? I'm on holiday and almost certain that Stephen Defoe is in my hotel. I don't know. I guess you have to say, are you Stephen Defoe? Ask him about his links to United throughout his entire career, despite never really looking like he was good enough to play for Manchester United. Always found that one curious. Right. I'm going to go Darwizi on the right wing for this game. Nazir starts. Laudelino, Valoyes, Boveda, Terrier, Demista. Let's do that. I need to give a squad number to Edson. You can be number 15, sir. And let's get into it. Come on. Let's move Darwizi to right wing back if we get ourselves into a nice lead, which I don't think is going to happen. We'll see, though. Have you noticed AI face packs always generate good-looking fellas, where the Rooneys or Walter Mardas of the future? I don't use AI face packs, but yeah, AI in general does. I don't think it's not very good at doing realistic faces that aren't like almost perfectly symmetrical. Even when you kind of force it, it sort of reverts to that, doesn't it? But also, if you also think there are probably more. I guess there are Rooneys and Walter Mardas. Is Walter Mardas an ugly guy? He's a unique looking guy, I suppose. That move was on the card for 15 years, wasn't it? Right, enjoy the match. Here we go. Just realised that my whole missing time is very ironic with me being behind. Yeah, Morgs. How you doing, by the way? Hope you're good. There's our team. Ridiculous. Darwin verted Nunez. And I police the names that people can choose for new gens when they rename a new gen. I'm like, no, it's not realistic enough. And I've nicknamed Darwin Nunez. We've got Premier League music. I'm still in my suit. Here come the two teams. 3 counties have 0 mingers. That's true. That is true. We don't recruit them. That's why. When Skynet rises and locks humanity in breeding camps, they're going to be very selective. Right. What a ridiculous sentence. How you doing, Jinx? Yeah, there you go. Look. Nunez does have a goalie kit on. He does have short sleeves on, which I guess the other players do. But that's a lovely little mod. Something quite not game-changing, but nice quality of life thing. To be able to give the keeper a keeper kit feels like a massive upgrade, doesn't it? Look how nice that is. That suit must smell so bad. You're so right. Look, just Nunez wearing a proper kit. And I actually went and made... It's a nice little pink kit because that's what he's wearing anyway. It's a nice kit as well, I reckon, with these yellow gloves on, look. What a nice little quality of life save. I need to go and make tracksuits for our team as well. I made them for Wesker. Wesker were a sexy bunch too. They were, to be fair, yeah. They were. Right, we're underway. I've also got the new camera mod on, so hopefully it gives us some cool little camera angles and stuff. We'll see. I'm fantastic, mate. Good to see you. Been away with exams and a whole bunch of stuff, so missed a ton. I'm going to finish the youth save and then binge all the catch-up vids from the start to relive this save. Love that, Morgs. Thank you, dude. Yeah, I've got Jay Ricky's catching up on all the update videos, all the catch-up shorter versions of the streams at the moment. Laudelino! Back post header, 1-0. It's a good start. Get in. Weird little angle of this. I don't mind it. Here we go. Look, Terrier's free kick. And that's why you have a 6'5" centre midfielder. Because he smashes it in. Jawline for days, that Wesker bunch. They did, yeah. But they were, again, though. That's a good angle. We're on the roof. Nearly missed Southampton equalising because we were on the roof. Thank you for the follow, AK. No spy cam for the game. Maybe that was. We just accidentally switched. The frequency got caught up, and we accidentally switched to the Southampton spy cam. What a goal! Guillaume Terrier waltzes his way through the defence and manages to finish. I don't know why we're so far away. I can't actually zoom in, but look at this goal. He bundles his way past the defender, and the finish is there to match, and we are 2-0 up now. Is it time to bring in Darwin Núñez to right wing back? Andy already said yes before I finished that sentence. Interesting. Could you play the song as we haven't heard for a while? What song? The Lordolino? I think he's got a song, just like the Chucky song. I need to make some more songs. Yeah, I need to do it. Before you ask the question, I knew it. The answer is yes. Let's get to half-time. If we're still up by 2 goals, Núñez plays right wing back for the second half. They're going to score here anyway. It's over. Yeah, I agree at half-time. What was that camera angle? I've got like the camera mod on, so it is broadcast. I can put the zoom in, but the zoom doesn't seem to do anything, but the height does after 14 minutes. Yep. But it does do some nice little weird little cutscenes and stuff, so I do like it. But yeah, it seems like I don't know if it's designed for the custom stadiums, which is why it's a bit far away. Like, it shows you the bench and stuff. I think it's slightly more visually interesting though. I think we're a bit fast as well. Have I put the speed up a little bit? We're on 2 times, that's why. I'm going to go up a little bit, but not by too much. 1.75. How you doing, A1? Welcome in, dudes. You know the song you made which used to play in the National League Premier Central when we scored? Oh, yeah. I don't know if I have even got it. Have I got, like, this one? I think the crowd will be a bit bigger now. The crowd noises when we score a goal, I should probably use them. When streamers do that and do it properly, it's quite good, isn't it? It's a goal! Baveda, but the referee's checking this one. But I think it's going to be given. It's 3-0. They're really checking it. Right, there's a VAR check. Disallowed. Just cut the music. Cut the sound. That way end is massive, yeah. What was the camera on, ref? I don't know, yeah. Is he off? That's very close. I'm pretty sure he's on as well. He looks pretty onside to me. It's a conspiracy, is what I'm saying. That's Gianni Infantino's got involved there, I'm pretty sure. With some type of Southampton bias. Right, it's half-time. You know what that means. After review, they've paid the ref and spied on him. They've spied on him at home and got dirt on him. Let's do a sub. It's a ridiculous sub, but Darwin Núñez goes to right back. And we bring on Falk... No. Asado Dinis is going to get a run out, I reckon. Offside lines that actually make sense on my FM27 wish list. I feel like I have to say it as a disclaimer. If you were to watch that in the 2D engine, I think you'd find that he actually was offside. And the fact that it looks offside in the 3D engine isn't incorrect. It's just a misrepresentation visually. Okay. But yeah, still, I'm not watching on 2D, so I want it to be correct, please. That's what I'll say. Actually, yeah. Right, let's do Asado Dinis on. I hope they don't come back in the second half, but I feel like it is a good chance to get... Let's get Edson on for his debut as well, I reckon. I love how one of the highlights of this World Cup is a referee passionately sending off Miguel Almiron, yeah. After review! Cover his mouth! Red card! It's very good, isn't it? I feel informed and I'm not sure I'm happy about it. Yep, there you go. I'm going to invite you to my next party so you can tell everyone that exact story. It's a good one, isn't it? It's a good... What an impression that was. That's how into it he was. It was brilliant. Okay. Good old... No, we're not doing good old Gianni. That's not a sentence you can say here. What a weird bloke. Terrier. Edson. Lordolino. Bermeo. Okay, good little... We just little cutscene to the side of the stadium there and missed the shot there, but still. Imagine that ref ordering a Mackey's. After review, Big Mac. That's it. That's the end of it. That's the end of his order. He starts. Do you reckon at home he starts every sentence to his wife with "after review"? I hope so. That would make me happy knowing that. Right, Terrier's picked up a knock. Let's take him off for. I want ref cam in FM27. I'm sure they could just mod it now, to be honest. Let's do Falk to Kimper. Swap them over. He scores and we like it. Falk to Kimper. Falk to Kimper. What a player. Backstein as well for Valoya. I feel like I'm missing a midfielder. Is it Bruno? Maybe. I don't know. Maybe. After review. Decision is Chicken selects 20 nugget share box. Thank you. After review. Well, I'm not reading that, Siegerman, but yes. We're on the attack again. Darwin verted Nunez. Amazing run from him. Finds Bameo. And we're in somebody's legs. I think it went wide. Backstein's back. All right. What would happen if Cameron went to the roof and it was fully covered roof like in the US? You just wouldn't be able to see. I mean, to be fair, it's a few times gone behind. I couldn't see the pitch every time it's cut there, but still. This is a really cool mod that needs a few ironings out. This is the updated version, which is better than the last one, but it is still cool. It's a mod, Mike. I still think it's fun, but yeah. Falk the Kimper, he scores and we like it. Okay. Falk the Kimper, Falk the Kimper. 2-2 for our boy FDK. Demista finds him. One touch out of his body. Takes the shot early. Might have deflected. Went near post. It's in. He's a goal scorer. What did he say? It's very he's good, isn't he, Falk the Kimper? We all know that right now Clayts is smiling inside knowing that Falk is scoring. Absolutely. FDK feels like a file format. Or an ex-assassinated president. One of the two. I missed the JCB's view of the match. Yeah, we'll get Crane Cam if we ever upgrade our... I think we... Aren't they? They might actually be expanding the stadium again, which might mean we might get Crane Cam soon. I can't remember. All I'm hearing is Darwin Nunez is the best right wing back in the Prem. He's doing okay. Well, he's not. He's on a 6.5 and he's unhappy, but still. We are winning 3-0. This vindication is upsetting me. Yep. Clayts is one good goal away from seeing "See chat, told you he was good." After review, Falk the Kimper is the GOAT. All right. How annoying is it going to get when I just keep saying after review before sentences as a streamer? Edson is doing well, yeah. He's looked good on the ball, isn't he? On the ball, he's the best at the whole club. Off the ball, he's the worst. Decision is Ballon d'Or. Exactly right. Let's bring Oliveira on in midfield and Bruno on. Nope, I've done all my subs. Imagine doing that as a manager, telling a player to go and warm up. And then being like, "But I will, boss, but you've made all your subs. Can I not just chill?" Anyway, odds on Messi winning Ballon d'Or. Yeah. Darwin Nunez. That is a great highlight. Just Nunez smashing it off somebody's shins. It's very Darwin, that was. Surely he's offside. Would be more annoying as a husband. That is true, yeah. How you doing, Mushroom Man? Welcome in, dude. Morning, Clayts and Clolt. Hope we're good. Up the cranes, indeed, yes. He will give it to him to stop the crying, possibly. Can't wait for the Kimper to have the captain's armband as we lift the Champions League at the end of the season. I see it. I see it and I deserve it. All right? It might be something that's in my future. Okay. A 3-0 win, though, chat, to start the season to try and win this league. Are we aiming for the title this year? I think we might be. Have you ever managed a team and one of the players won the Ballon d'Or? Yeah. It is quite rare, though, isn't it? I think... Also because maybe when you get to Ballon d'Or level, like when you get your club to a level where your players have a reputation high enough to win the Ballon d'Or and you win every competition, you usually end the save around that stage, or at least as a creator you do. Like, it's not that often that you keep playing after that point. But yeah, I have had it a few times. I'm pretty sure in the Catanzaro save, one of them won one, right? Was it? What's his name? The one that ends in like Ellie. I'm pretty sure he won it. It wasn't Campani, was it? It might have been Campani. I'd love to actually go and look at that save. I should load it in and have a look at that save soon. The Wesker save's taken over. Update, by the way, none of the Wesker saves have won a Ballon d'Or. And I keep trying. Why there's not a Ballon d'Or in Pep Viso's back pocket, I'll never know. He deserves it. But it's a reputation thing. And even if you win Champions Leagues and La Ligas, and apparently your reputation doesn't go high enough for the player reputation to go high enough. And it's really like all of the players that win the Ballon d'Or. Like, let's look in this save. They're all like obviously massive players, but they're all like 30 plus. Spinelli, I wanted to say that, but I don't think it was. It might have been. Viso looks like the next Busquets. I love Viso. He's probably a bit more mobile than Busquets, but yeah. Ballon d'Or in this save. I bet Saka won it like 3 seasons in a row. I mean, Saka's won it he's won it 3 times and 4 times. I don't know. Bukayo Saka and the Ballon d'Or is just a football manager thing. I will say it now. I don't think Bukayo Saka will ever win the Ballon d'Or IRL. But in FM, he's nailed on for it. Anthony Gordon won it in this save. So, I mean, that goes to show what type of competition this is. Gianni Infantino, that's who I blame. But yeah, they're usually like a bit older. Well, they're saying that. 27, 28, 30. Martinez at 33. Mbappe at 32. That was an absolute joke, by the way. Surely they could have just given that to Lewandowski. I don't think anyone disagrees with that. Yeah, hot take. Hot take. That's my point, though, is that no one thinks that's going to happen, and yet Football Manager thinks it's going to happen basically every year. Like, even this year he came 3rd. Yeah, hot take. How you doing, Daz? Welcome in, my friend. Hope you're good. Saka will be way off. Good player, but not that level, no. No, exactly. We've gone top of the league. Terrier picked up a knock, which is a hamstring strain out for a few weeks, which is annoying. Terrier also ended his goal drought, apparently. Do I dare ask? Now the World Cup is finished. What is yours and everyone's opinions on it? I enjoyed it. I think I'm looking forward to a World Cup where the games are on all throughout the day again. I think there were some big World Cup moments in it. I really still think, a bit long for me. Nah, I think I could happily, in terms of how long it is, I could go longer. It's a weird sentence, isn't it? I don't think I want the 64 team World Cup, but if it meant making it longer, I think I'm okay with that. I just love. I when it finished, I was like, oh, it's a shame for that to be over. Exactly, it's hard not to enjoy a World Cup. There were definitely aspects of it that were a bit grim, like the halftime show and the hydration breaks and the clear corruption. That wasn't as good. But then I also think Spain were the team that deserved to win it. It's a bit of a shame that Spain winning it also means that it's quite a boring style of football to watch, personally, in my opinion, even though it is the best and it, like, you can respect it, but it's one of those where I'm like, it is a bit boring to watch Spain, isn't it? But they definitely deserved it. In the end, I think the Mexico-England game will live long in the memory, and that's a proper, like, memory for me, core footballing memory. So I'm glad we've had that, and I think England basically got to the point where they deserve to. Like, they threw it away against Argentina, obviously, but then if they played Spain in the final, we saw it in the Euros 2 years ago, they wouldn't have won that game. I mean, it's a final, so maybe, but it's one of those. Imagine the England-France game being a semi-final. It just wouldn't be like that, though, would it? It's one of those. Yeah, exactly. One of those where you'll remember where you watched it, for sure, yeah. And I think football is all about that, by the way. That most teams don't win in every competition, but you can still come away from it enjoying having not won it. It doesn't have to be a disaster, I don't think. And it doesn't also mean that you go, 3rd place, we did really well. I think you can go, I love some of the moments along the way there. And that Mexico game is one of those ones. It doesn't get undone by the fact that they threw it away against Argentina, in my eyes. So I'm glad that we had that. But yeah, I'm looking forward to there being a World Cup where I can watch all the games without having to be nocturnal. That'd be nice. I think the base criteria were ticked off for a World Cup. Some special moments, some top games, a couple of underdogs. But there was a lot of silly controversy and unnecessary things. Yeah. 64 teams would only make a longer group stage. Knockouts is the same. Yeah, that's maybe not as good, I suppose. Yeah. Try being Scottish. We're always terrible when we get to tournaments. I mean, you'll always have Haiti. You'll always have that Haiti game. Did Clayts say that tiki-taka is boring? I think this brand of tiki-taka that Spain play these days is a much more boring style of tiki-taka, yeah. And I think that's okay to say. I don't think that's particularly... I think you're also allowed opinions on that. I don't think that's particularly controversial. I don't think any of Spain's games were games where you'd come away from going, I love that. I think the last Euros, they were better to watch, yeah. I agree. I think this... Like, there is a bit of a trend in football where the better you are to watch these days, the worse you are at winning games. Which is... a thing that I'd love us to move away from, but Arsenal won the league being not pretty on the eye, but it's successful, so you can't really get away from it. Spain just did it as well, but in a slightly different way. Yeah, it's one of those. It's one of those, isn't it? Oh, 2010's tiki-taka was more boring, in your opinion. Maybe because it was more fresh. I don't know, though. There was definitely tiki-taka Spain teams that were, like, less nullifying and more suffocating, and I think there is tangible differences, at least in my opinion. The focus is to wear down teams rather than completely outplay, for sure, and it works, so you can't really argue with it, can you? How you doing, Breezy? Welcome in, dude. Pirate Bamsky, thank you, dude, for the primer just before as well. Sorry, I got waylaid on other messages, but thank you, dude. Appreciate you. You said, let me find it if I go back. You said, completely lost your message. That's good work from me. Hey, long-time watcher, just reactivated my Twitch and gave you my Prime, no mention. To be fair, yeah, you're right. But I am mentioning it now, dude, so I apologise for not mentioning it. But I appreciate you. I will miss subs every now and then if I'm talking, chat. I'm sorry. I reckon for a streamer, when I'm streaming, I talk a lot. So sorry, dude. I appreciate you, though. Look at the player stats, and it's all 3 counties players. Yeah, for the first, it's only one game though, isn't it? But yeah, we're going to send this guy on loan to Wrexham. Enjoy, have a good one. Let's now, I guess we bring in the boy Noguera, and then we see what money's left over and have a look at Goldoni. Also, see if we can send some players out. Probably, maybe. Alerts only stream, yeah. Just be quiet until somebody resubs and then read that and then go back to being quiet. I like that, yeah. The BBC only seemingly care about England. They get mentioned in every possible game. The British Broadcasting Company. Oh, I hate how they talk about England and also Scotland. And also Scotland have their own versions of things. Oh, I hate it. Let's not get angry about things that just don't need to make you angry. Come on. Like, let's just think about what you're getting upset about and think, do I need to be upset about this? And if the answer's no, just let it go, innit? That's better. You're all good. Got to bounce. Back to stream 47 and catch up for you in the future. Enjoy the stream up the Wyverns. Thank you, Pirate Dude. I'm sorry I missed your sub. I am genuinely sorry about that, dude. I will do better. Thank you for chastising me. And enjoy the catch up, and I'll catch you soon. Tiki-taka is boring if you play it wrong, but tiki-taka is the philosophy to play quick one-touch passes to create space and attack it with quick movement. If you see a player pass left and right all the time, that's not tiki-taka, that's stupid players. Yeah, I didn't say that tiki-taka was boring, though. I said Spain were boring. Right? That's why I said I've enjoyed Spain teams in the past that were good. But yeah, I agree. That's like saying I hate how CNN always talks about America. Yeah, it's one of those, isn't it? I was in America for the group stage and was slightly shocked by the complete lack of interest. I think it did grow, though. And I think it did vary across different states and cities in America, I think, going by most people's accounts of things. Like New York, I believe, was pretty
just popping
rampant
in before work.
During
should be back to
especially
streams
USA
full
games.
time next week. Up the 3 counties.
Hey, Leonie, should be back to streams full time next week up the 3 counties. Leonie,
Breezy FM gifted a tier 1 sub to Tiki Taka. They are given 25 gift subs in the
thank you for your
channel.
25th gifted sub there, Breezy. Taking the shine away, really, I reckon, from Leonie, who has just subscribed for a 79th month. Let's get some sub emotes in there. I won't miss those. I'm sorry, Thank you for the 79, Leonie. I hope you're all good. Looking forward to having you back a bit more full time. That'll be lovely. And Breezy, thank you for gifting us up to Tiki Taka. Appreciate you. You weren't in the places that were promoting it, to be fair. Yeah, I think that's probably why. But yeah, I can imagine it's it's not the most popular sport there either, is it? We get STV, but it's just ITV with a different name and the same coverage for sport. Yeah, I did when I said there is a Scottish version of it, but also if you also think about, imagine they talked about Scotland every game. If you look at the numbers watching, I'd imagine it's pretty majority English, or like more English. And also Scotland were only in it for 3 games and they lost 2 of them. Yeah, and also, yeah, if the English comms on England games are as part as the Scottish comms, I think it's I don't think it's worth getting upset with. Like, it would be probably better if they had separate coverage, for sure. I agree with you on that. But I wouldn't get upset about these things. You're just forcing yourself to be upset about things that don't really matter, I think. How are the Wyvernettes doing? To be fair, they're still in the WSL 2 and we've only just kicked off a season, so not really much of an update, I don't think yet. We'll have a look though, Josh. Spain are boring to watch, but if England won the World Cup playing like that, I'm not moaning. Oh, for sure, Billy. Yeah. Like I said, quite boring, but also effective, and that's it, isn't it? Right, we are signing. Nogueira is in. 10.5, so we've got 8 million left, interestingly. At halftime in Scotland-Haiti, why do we have to watch a VT of Kane and the England squad walking around the hotel? I don't know, Keeney. You didn't have to watch it. Could have turned over, couldn't you? It's not. I get it's not the most entertaining to watch, but I actually found Luis De La Fuente Tiki Taka quite interesting. I think it's interesting for sure. Yeah, interesting in a way, like how you make that successful is an interesting thing. It doesn't make it interesting to watch though, does it? Yeah. I barely listen to commentators because some of the takes you hear are awful. Yeah, loads of them are. Yeah, I've got my own gripes with football coverage. Don't you worry, chap. Is that a bank crippling wage for Nogueira? 80k a week for a Champions League team? I don't think that's bank crippling, is it? I think it's quite low, actually. Obviously, it's quite high for us, but we are a Champions League team. I think we'll be okay. Lee Dixon is dreadful. Do you know what I will say about Lee Dixon? He's not pretending to be something he's not. And being dour and very sort of sour, I guess he's consistent. And I don't actually hate it as much. I can definitely put up with Lee Dixon a lot more than I can put up with Fletch, if we say. He plays on it almost, so it's almost quite funny. I kind of don't mind that. D rating from the board and that player, what they on about? Yeah, the board are always a little bit, I guess it's the money that you pay, maybe. We've loaned out Alfonso. Let's have a look at other players to sell, maybe. McCoist is one of the worst. McCoist without Fletch, quite good. I quite like his positivity. I think the problem with McCoist is that too much of it. Like, he repeats himself loads and has loads of little McCoistisms that he repeats all the time. He's like, dearie me, goodness. Like, and if you listen to him all, and if they put him on every single game ever, I'm talking about TNT here, basically, and you hear that all the time, he gets really annoying. And he's always like overly positive about things that you don't need to be that positive about. But then again, I think I'd prefer it to be positive about things than just moaning. I think Gary Neville had a bit of a time where he went super negative about everything, and then he flipped it and has become too positive about things. I just want like realism, I think, rather than, I feel like I'm being lied to a lot of the time watching it. I feel like I'm being like almost gaslit on the journey to being entertaining. Like, they're trying to be entertaining and ramp up the drama of a game. So anything that happens is either really amazing or really, really bad. When in actual fact, it's just fine and it's somewhere in the middle. But I guess that would be boring in itself if they called it as it is a little bit. But I just think sometimes I'm watching it knowing that like they were like, they're all over the place there. And I'm like, they weren't all over the place there. That was like a decent attack from the other team, and one player was slightly out of position, and the other team sort of did okay with it and created a chance that didn't go in. What you've just watched will happen 30 times in any game ever, let's say, and then they're talking about it as if they're all over the place. They need to make a change here. That is absolutely terrible defending. And I'm watching it going, it was none of those things. But then you get people watching it, and the narrative that comes out of that game is that that team has done terrible defending. Likewise, it goes the other way as well. When you have a player, like a team attacking, it's like they are outright. What a performance from that player. And I'm watching it going, they were fine. Like, they were good even. But they weren't what you're saying, and they're doing it to emphasize and make it dramatic and make it entertaining. And I just don't feel like any of it is sort of, I feel like we're just being lied to constantly to try and make it more entertaining. Terrible defending, you now owe Alan Hansen royalties. You do, yeah. But yeah, the thing with McCoist is that I think people get annoyed with him now because they are just abusing him and making him do, like they make Fletch and him do every single game. It's like, I actually think variety's not a bad thing here. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? He's there to provide insight, and he just doesn't. Occasionally mentions that he played for Arsenal in the 90s, and that's about it. What, Lee Dixon? That is true, yeah. Again, I don't think he's like over the top, and I think that's maybe I shift on things that annoy me, I guess. And I think the thing that annoys me at the moment, and it's quite a like young people thing, I think, and maybe it's where I'm getting old. It's where people are massively over the top with things, and you're being too dramatic about things that aren't dramatic. Also, don't like commentators because Kusanov had a bad first half in his debut and they constantly make it seem like he scored 6 own goals. Exactly. It's just overreacting, isn't it? Hot take here, not a Carragher fan on commentary. I'm not a massive Carragher fan on commentary either, no. The problem with Carragher is that if he's doing a Liverpool game, he's massively negative against Liverpool because he's like, it's a subconscious thing where he doesn't want to be positive about Liverpool. And when he's doing a non-Liverpool game, it's like he's maybe too positive about them, and he just brings Liverpool into the conversation all the time because that's his angle on things and that's what he knows. So like, at any point, I don't think it's particularly great. I think he's a really good football analyst, though, or at least he's very good at, in the studio, whether he's analysed it himself or not, he's actually very good at portraying that analysis and you know, exhibiting it, showing it off. But I don't think he's the worst by far, though. Early Prem game and a UCL game is fine, but one FA Cup weekend, he did the Friday, Saturday, midday, evening, and a Sunday game. It's wild, isn't it? Just like, why? No one needs that. Nobody needs that. I feel like TNT, though, do this thing where they're like, somebody likes this, let's do it to absolute death. And then they just do that forever. Right, let's... I went to that squad there. Let's just focus on Football Manager for a minute. We've gone off on one there a little bit about stuff. I did say as well, don't get angry about things that don't really matter. And it does seem very much like I've got angry about punditry there, but I'm just passionate about it. It's a difference. Just what I would wish that every single company production would put across that crowd noises, no commentary. Can I please have that as an option on the red button? Do they have that anymore? Do people use a red button? I'd love that. Genuinely love it so much. Like, I love watching football and coming away and having my own reads on it and being like, that was okay. They need to improve on that. And then I go on social media and I look at people's reactions. I'm like, they've watched a completely different game. Maybe that's me, but I'm like, why are you so upset? It's 0-0 at half time, which most games are. Like, more games than like, that's probably the most common halftime scoreline, if I guessed. And it's like the world's ended. Right, we're getting Gamboa in. How you doing, Marshall? Welcome in, dude. I'll ask you as well, actually. What are your as another resident Newcastle fan? What are your thoughts on Newcastle's summer so far? Are we panicking? Are we upset? Oh no, yeah. Are you feeling a bit better now that you've signed the Monaco lad? What are your thoughts? Actually, I think I saw your tweet. I think you were like, get rid of Bruno, basically. Expected, yeah. I think you were quite cutthroat, weren't you? That as soon as he basically said he wanted to go, you're like, just do it now, get rid, and then we can all move on a little bit. as disappointing as that is, which I think is probably the grown-up way of dealing with it, isn't it? The strategy wasn't working and this model has been needed for a long time. Yeah, I think I actually talked about it last stream, I think, didn't we? Newcastle's idea that they can sign up-and-coming talent and then when they want to move on to another club saying no was eventually going to fail, wasn't it? Because these players are joining so that they could then continue to have upwards trajectory. And if you weren't able to deliver on the pitch, players are going to want to move. And you sort of have to say yes to be able to attract players in the future. And it kind of didn't really work. In a modern PSR world, yeah. And you have to be just a bit smarter about things, I think. And I think that was maybe the problem, is that they weren't particularly smart with things. And instead of being smart around it, complained about it, maybe, and just looked for like loopholes rather than being like, right, we know what's coming up. It was like none of the rules were secrets, were they? And lots of other teams have managed to manage it. But I guess it's because they could have so much funding that they didn't want to do that, basically. Why does it say English is the most spoken language in England in the message for welcoming the new guy? I don't know. I guess because it is, I suppose. And you can get them to speak. I guess if you're doing like a save in another country, it would give you the option of like, if you're in Belgium, getting them to do like a Flemish course or a French course or whatever it might be type of thing, maybe. Maybe that's why it's in there. Also, those players will not want to not play Europe every second season. Exactly. So you kind of have to let them move on. And that's sort of the model. That's like the Brighton model, the Brentford model before that, is that you can get to sign these players on the proviso that you get to actually let them leave. Liverpool had to go through that as well when they were signing players like Suarez and players before that, that it was on the idea that, yeah, you might do great here and hopefully we'll be really good. But if they wanted to move to a Barcelona, Real Madrid, and still to this day, I suppose, Liverpool kind of have to accept it. If these players want to go to Real Madrid, Barcelona, they sort of will, because that's sort of the natural progression. We just got an offer for Bueno. Oh, no, somebody else going to... Oh, yeah, it's that centre-back. He's outrageously good. Do you remember him? Really good. He's going to Barcelona. Harry Wilson's gone Leeds, isn't he? Which is ironic. Tonali has gone to Spurs. Yeah, true. That move did make me smile after his agent said about Champions League or yeah. And then they just got offered the money, I think. Yeah, Stour and the... what's the guy from Monaco called? Because, yeah, those signings did sort of come out of nowhere, which is Bamba, yeah. A Bamba Bomber. They did come out of nowhere, didn't they? So hopefully... It's kind of like... I guess we'll just see. Same with Villa. Villa have lost a load of players, but have made, like, big signings and gone for it a bit. That we'll see kind of how it gels together and how it works. Right, Yamada's back. Altamira's going to go on loan to Sydney FC. Let me look at this first team again. Let's offer out... Have I got all of them on there? Yes. Let's offer out... Freddie Lopez is wanted, I assume, on a loan. Let's see if we can get a bid for him. No, we cannot. I'm going to offer him for 20 million. Not that I want to sell him for 20 million, but let's see... if any teams come in for him. You've got a wonder kid on your hands. I watched him IRL when he went to Amsterdam to watch an Ajax game and he was insane. Yeah, hopefully then, yeah. For Newcastle's sake. I don't hate a loan. What, for Freddie? Yeah, I think we might... That might need to be what we do. Peugeot definitely needs a loan. Because he's not... He actually does have a... He does have a work permit. Why have we not registered? I mean, he doesn't need to be in the first team squad. Let's... Can I move him anywhere? Will he play for Liège? I don't think he'll go to Liège, will he? I think... What did we decide with Dennis? Did we decide to loan him or not? I saw your tweet, actually, Marshall. Wishing Bailey all the very best. I guess it's a bit of a Frenchy thing, isn't it? With their big bug eyes. Little one eye, yeah. Cute, though. But yeah, all the best in recovery, I suppose. I guess that'll be like... Having the surgery will help, though, anyway. He needs a loan, but at this point you can sell... Might as well. Yeah. Maybe I should just offer him out, transfer list him. Has he got any interest? Right. A loan to buy offer for like 500k. She scratched it randomly. Wasn't even a breed thing. I think they are more prone to scratching it though, I guess. But because Lenny's scratched his eyes a couple of times. Do they have like less protection there or maybe or something? But I guess any dog can do that. You're right. It's a profit, I think. I think you're right. It'd be a profit. I might as well get the loan to buy and see. We signed him for 99k. It is a profit. It's not a great one, but I guess it doesn't really matter. Let's put him... I don't even need to look at him anymore. Let's put him in the under-21s and go from there. Once the old setting, it was tough to battle. Yeah, yeah. Dennis important loan, Sani important loan, Darwin Goldoni was the thought. Yeah. Dennis, I've made him available for the under-21s. Could we get him to York? He'd be an important player for them. He'd play football. What league are York in? Do we give him a season in League One? Yeah, he is worse than you thought. I think you're right. I think we just get him out. If he's an important player for York, I don't think that's a bad idea. Yeah, that's the thing. We need UCL registration, don't we? So Sani staying does also make sense. Let's do a loan. Let's use our affiliate club that I don't think I accidentally clicked. I think we wanted Crawley, didn't we? And I either accidentally clicked or FM messed up. But I think I might have actually just had it checked because I did it on one screen and then I went to another screen and it changed. Let's also offer out Luca again. No one's bidding for him. I don't actually really mind if he plays, I suppose. What's Dennis's current level? If it's higher than that, he'll reject. It's to do with reputation rather than level, I think. Because he's an important player for them, not a star player. So he's not, like, overly good for them. He is, according to our coaches... I don't even see that on here now. Yeah, League One standard, so it kind of makes sense. Oh, Burton. Yeah, you're right. It was Burton because of the training ground. That's it. So that's about right, and he should play loads of games and should help him, I think. Other players, then. Sani's loan listed, but I think you're right. I think we might need to hold on to him. And then I guess Gamboa can have a loan. Or can I... Why is he not registered? Oh, it's Champions League registration. That's why. Ah, I've actually got the full 25 registered, although I don't think Demico needs to be registered. Is there anyone who's not... Turner? Naguera needs registering. We will be fine. I'm just making sure everyone's in. Right, I think that's good, right? Cool. I think Gambo joined after you submitted. Yes, that could be true. Did I just put him in or not? I can't remember. I don't know if we try and loan him anyway, though, Gamboa. I did put him in. Oh, Luca's not registered. I thought he would be, but he's not. He's not under 21, is he? I can probably take someone out and put him in if I need to. When's this going to go through, by the way? When's Folovsky actually going to go? Otto, how you doing, buddy? And Sea-Dog, thank you for the follow. Nunes, slight injury as well. Right, heads up about Backstein. Does he want a new contract or does he want to play? Should be starting more games. Send Gamboa to Belgium. That's not a bad idea. If he will go. If he doesn't think he's too good for us. Star player, we can try it, can't we, and see. I think he's a fine backup rather than loan. He's quite old for a loan. Yeah, I agree. If he goes to there, let's just do it. We only signed him for, well, I guess, yeah, backup or profit, really. The loan probably won't help, maybe. Vienna waits for you. So let's do some out. It's been one league game and crying about match time. That's true. I guess it... Does it hang over from last year? I assume it does. I just ignored him, by the way. Let's see if his agent can sort it. They never can they? I'll talk to him. He remains unhappy. Great. Can I speak to him about it? I can. Still isn't happy. I'm just gonna... What's his agreed playing time anyway? Important player, that'll be it. I'm gonna make him a squad. I could probably talk to him about being a squad player, actually. I can't anymore. Maybe because I changed it. Should we sell him? Backstein loan might kill me off, but might need to talk. Discuss. Is he as good as we think he is? Slash, could we upgrade on him? Like, where does he even fall in now? Where is he in the squad hierarchy? Because we've got, like, Valoyes has come in. So it's Bermeo, Valoyes, Laudolino, Bognar as the first four. We've got Bruno for another year. If Backstein went for 10 mil, we wouldn't even need to replace him. He's fallen down the... Yeah, he's a solid player, but has fallen down the pecking order. Like, we had him in League 2. He played... He only started 5 last season. Because it does give us the money. Like, do we... Because we've signed Gamboa, he becomes that backup who barely plays. Luca goes out on loan. And... Do we sign Goldoni and just have an extra attacker? Do we use the money to get Goldoni as an extra attacker? Because Lopez is going to go. How long's Bolde out for? 3 to 6. He partially torn his groin there. We could offer him out. Now that he's unhappy anyway, I might as well offer him out. Let's also see. No deals. If we get, let's say 12 million. Of course you'd go for a striker. I'm trying to do what the chat would want to do, all right? Sell him and then sign in a year so Backstein can truly be back. I quite like that. Properly, Backstein's back. Right, loan offers for Peugeot. That's good. Loans to buy, were they? 900k. That's actually more than we thought. These are pretty good. Who's going to pay the most wages? 80% for Celta Vigo. 90% for Montpellier. These guys down here are all much of a muchness. Can I get these optional fees up? No. Those are decent loans, aren't they? I think I like the 90% wages and the 47.5k per week and the 900k. That feels like a good loan to accept. Now, does he have any interest in them? He would like to go to Elche, despite Montpellier's offer. Now, would he go there? Important player. Okay, so it is only 475 future fee. The 900k comes from this as well, I assume. But they are paying all of his wages. 30% of next sale as well is very nice. You can't see that. That's 30% under there. Not even on profit, 30% of next sale. I think that's a good deal. I might reject the others. He likes Elche, but I guess they are paying a little bit more there, right? It's very similar. It is weird, right? I've not offered out, like, asking for 30% of next sale, and they've all just made the same bid, basically. Like, why? Why would they all make exactly the same bid? Is that the agent has done something there? Keep Vigo. Yeah, maybe. I'm going to reject these, I think. Keep Vigo because it's also pretty close. 80%. Yeah, it's basically there. I think you're right. And then it at least gives him a choice, doesn't it? And then reject the others. And that'll be a nice bit of profit because we signed him for 99k. There's a Belgian striker I found called Cherubin Ngongo. He plays for Anderlecht. He won the Golden Boot in his first season. Nice. I feel like I've heard of him. But maybe not. Dennis has made a bit of an improvement. That's good. What leagues are both in? What, Celta Vigo or... Let's go here. Montpellier are Ligue 2. So not top division. Celta Vigo are La Liga 2. Okay, there you go. So similar, I guess. Any under 21s that don't have work permits that I need to loan out here? Loads. No work permit for you. Would you like to go to Liège? Prospect on the verge. So no. Would you like to go to Teruel? Backup goalkeeper. Would you like to go to Malvern? Can't. I don't think York will be able to... Oh, he can. Even though he doesn't have a work permit. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I'm just going to have to offer all these guys out for loans, I think. I'd like them to play because they are quite good. ESC place. Do we have an ESC place? Yeah, it might be them using their ESC place, yeah. Clayts, who was the new Chelsea manager after they approached you? We should check, shouldn't we? How you doing? Well, welcome in, dude. Our flipping ESC place has gone to Morton Reventlow because I'm an idiot. By the way, we could sell a lot of the first team squad now because if we were looking for just pure backups, I have signed quite a lot of good backups, really, that we could recall from loans or do little bits and bobs around that could definitely play. Like midfielders, he's probably not a centre mid, but this guy could definitely come in and play, look, if we needed him to. Pedro Mendoza, he's at Worcester now. I was going to offer Meglic as well, wasn't I? Okay, most of these guys have actually gone. For first choice keeper, if poss. You're going. You're not a made-up player. You're a made-up player. Yeah, Johnson and Myers being daddies. But yeah, they are. Right, you're loan listed. You're wanted. Offer you as well. Please clip that. All right. But being a dad, by the way, does mean that you get called daddy quite a lot more often in public. Like, I pick up Jack from nursery, and one of the nursery workers, what would you call a nursery worker? A nurse? I don't think so. They're not nurses. But they like bring him out to me and they're like, look, it's daddy. And I'm like, yes, it is. It's weird when it's by the general public. Yeah. Nursery nurse? Yeah, I guess it is then, isn't it? In public. Yeah, yeah. Right. These guys have got, I suppose I can list them for loan, even though they do have work permits, so it's not as important. But I reckon, yeah, getting them out on loan might be a good idea. Anyway, same with these. It's when they call you, say, hi, dad, hi, daddy, yeah. Clayt smirks every time he gets called daddy. No, maybe. I like being called daddy, or is that TMI? I think it might be Mr. Tupor. Yeah, it might be. I think it's because we've got quite a lot of history on this stream of doing that, haven't we? Quite a lot of history. Right, Meglic loans. Erzgebirge Hour. There's a clip from a long time ago. Let's get rid of those. I think you could, Andy. Yeah. Right, let's accept those. Cup goalie and with a future fee. Terrible loan offers, actually. Why would I send him to you to be your cup goalie? No. And they want to sign him for 66k. No. That's annoying. Squad player. Even though I put regular starter in there, locked. Squad players. Pointless. Wasting my time. Oh, there's a signy injury there. I have to call my hubby daddy when the kids are around. Otherwise, they start trying to call him by his actual name. Nice. That is always weird, isn't it? I remember I called my granddad dad once because my mum used to call him dad because he was her dad. And I remember just hearing it and being so young. It's like a really early memory where I was like, I'm going to try that. So I was like, all right, Dad. And he just looked at me like, what? And then I remember feeling so embarrassed and never did it again. He didn't even like, that was it. He just went, what? I wonder how many pointless offers an actual sporting director at a football club gets. I reckon all of a sporting director's job is mainly dealing with agents. And I reckon there's a lot more agents offering you players than sporting directors going out and asking players. I think it's all about dealing with agents and agencies and basically being sent lists of players that would be interested and then and sort of going from there. I'd love like proper insight into how that job works. I'd love proper like, you know how we had it in like the Sunderland Till I Die documentary that we kind of saw behind the scenes of people trying to sign players. I'd love a proper documentary on like the ins and outs and the actual databases they get to see and the actual emails they get to see of how football agency and recruitment actually works. I think that'd be fascinating. There's probably a reason why they definitely don't want you to see all of that, though. Yeah, why am I seeing Zlatan on this list? Exactly that, yeah. Norwich finally made a loan offer for Freddie Lopez. If they promise to play him, is this the worst? Yeah, exactly. GDPR. There's a load of other reasons too, but I'd love to like properly understand how it worked. I would do a job shadow. I'd love to job shadow a sporting director for a day or a week. Yeah. Wish that documentary was done in the Harry Redknapp era. Yeah. You called your grandpa Dad when I was young and everyone looked at him and my mum weird. I then heard my gran call him Bob and I started calling him Bob and nobody said a word about it. So he was Bob until he passed when I was 34. That's quite cute. Yeah, quite a few. Like a few of my friends call one of my friends calls both of his parents just by their names. Gary. I'm like, that's so weird to me. I was like, that's your dad. What do you mean, Gary? Important player. I guess it doesn't really matter because they don't stick to it. Let's try important player. There you go. Yeah, I suppose the Harry Redknapp documentary on that would just be, he'd have a list of the 08-09 Portsmouth squad and he'd just be with their numbers next to it, just going through his phone, just calling them. Like, we know what would happen in that in that documentary. No offers for Luca because he's not interested. You always call your mum Mother. Yeah, I know some people. I think that's the same friend of mine who calls his dad Gary, calls his mum Mother as well, actually, I think. I work with my dad and call him Dad at work. Is that normal? Does everyone else here work with their dad? I don't. I was going to say that'd be weird to do my job and work with my dad, but that is exactly what Omega Luke does, isn't it? So, and he does call him Dad. So, actually, I think he calls him Omega Dad. So that is weird, actually. I was literally about to say, wouldn't it be weird if my dad was just here and then apparently not? You call your boss Dad when he's bossing me around. Dad or Daddy? Because that would make it weird. Right, Dennis does not want to go on loan to York City. Is he listed for loan? He's not actually listed for loan. So instead, let's, I suppose, offer him out for a loan and make it important player and see if anyone offers. Do a stream with your dad. Well, my dad does not really know football. I asked my dad, we did it on stream. I asked him, like, he doesn't like football. I said, can you name 5 players? Do you remember? I can't remember who the other ones were, but one of the players he named, like, can you name 5 footballers? One of the players that he came out with was Kenny Dalglish. So I feel like that tells the story a little bit. Not exactly the most modern of names. Not the most current footballer. I worked with my uncle for a summer, and on day 1, without realising, I went uncle, and he was like, "Don't call me that." That's fair. Right. Casado offer regular starter. They're going to pay us some money. Off you go. Wrexham are happily taking all of our players, apparently. Squad player, can I change it? Regular starter. We'll meet in the middle. Happy with that. You used to go and help your dad at work when you were a kid. You used to drive the combine while he's eating his sandwiches. Love that. Love that. Go on. We need a Clayts and Clayts dad stream now. I don't think you do. He would not have a clue what was going on. Loan for Tiri. That's good. I'm sure you just made that bid. Why do they make it twice, chat? Look. There's a bid there where I accepted it. Casado to Wrexham. Scroll up. About 26 minutes later, they did the same bid. Okay. Did they change it? Weird. Everyone's rejecting the affiliates. They are. Gamboa's rejected Liège, although I am thinking we might keep him now if we do end up selling Backstein. Although I don't know if we're going to get a bid for Backstein. A few bids for Medina. Anyone willing to play him? Regular starter in all of them. Anyone want to give me some wages? Oh, he's actually only on 1,000. 70%. Good stuff. I can now reject Salford. Can we stop that? What, like, why does it, when you click on one thing, does it go off that page? So annoying. Right, give us 70 and I'll accept it. 10's not quite as good. Random one, but does anyone else, when they hear Dalglish, they think of that court scene from Phoenix Nights? I saw that clip on Twitter the other day. So yeah. You didn't respond for 3 hours, don't blame them. Did I not? Yeah, fair enough. I think I did, though. The double bid thing must be a new bug. I've been getting it a lot, too. I got it a few times in the Wesker save, I think. So, yeah, that makes sense. Maybe youth hit make offer rather than suggest offer. That sometimes bugs with me, where they tell me they'll accept it straight away, but don't actually make the bid until the next continue. It could be that then, yeah. Could be. Regular starter, fine. Did I sign him? He was already here, I think. I think he came through our intake. He did. All right, so no big bids except Lopez might go out on loan then. Maybe you hit make offer. Yeah. Lord Alina won Young Player of the Year award. Why has that just been awarded now? Is that not a bit late after the new season started? We'll take it. Well done, but weird. Or was it like Brazilian Player of the Year or something? I don't know. Having Filipino nieces and nephews is a bit weird. Uncle in Filipino is Ninong, so I get called Nong Nong, which almost feels like an insult, but it's also quite cute. That is cute, though, yeah. Felovsky's off. We need to give a big salute, chat, to a real soldier for us. The Australian Pole, Alexander Felovsky, is off permanently now after we brought him in. He scored 22 goals in League Two. We sent him to Australia. He came back looking Australian. He had a decent... Well, he played 15 times off the bench in the Championship. We sent him back to Poland, and now he's off permanently to Oxford. Rip the mullet. Enjoy being back with Shin Mayuka, exactly. £8 million, though, in total. It's a pretty good deal, I reckon. A nice profit after all those years. 110k, sold for 8 mil. We will see you soon, Alexander. We'll see you soon. The landlocked surfer is gone. He is. Already Miss Felovsky, absolute legend. He was, wasn't he? Weird name changes that we now call Muslins friends because Shroomet will stop crying if you throw one onto her. So now we say, did you want a friend? Oh, okay. That kind of makes sense. That makes sense. Sergio's work permit delayed and now it's... Oh, we've applied for a new one, maybe? How you doing, Sim? Welcome in, dude. Hope you're good. Hope you're good. All right, Felovsky, they get 40% of profit on that, though, which was 3.2 million. Oh, I guess that's what you get, though, don't you? Still helps us. We've got good money in the bank now, 84 mil. Chucky would also like to start more games. What is his agreed playing time? That'll be why. I'm going to have to make him a fringe player. Okay, loan offers for Dennis. Anybody willing? Championship offers. Yeah, Chucky, no offense. Come on. Read the room here. You're already a charity case. That's why you're still here. All right. Championship offers for important player for Dennis. That's quite interesting. Stoke, West Brom, Mansfield. No one wants to pay any wages, but I'm okay with that. I'm all right with all of them, really. Can I see the championship predicted table? Media prediction. So it was West Brom, who are predicted to finish 18th. It was... I've forgotten all of the other teams. Mansfield were one of them, and they're all the way down there. So I don't really want them to lose every game. And the other team was Stoke? So Stoke are the team that are predicted to win the most games. Stoke have great. Stoke are great. West Brom are great. And I don't think I want to send him to Mansfield, who are average adequate. So Mansfield are out of the question here. The only other thing is whether they're actually going to make him an important player. I think we accept both of these, and I'm okay with it. Because also having him might actually make them better as well. So Mansfield, no. Stoke and West Brom, yes. Let's get him some game time. That's the main thing. I guess West Brom's kind of local as well, so it kind of makes sense. By the way, where's Mbappe now? Still at Real Madrid. Kylian Mbappe is the Villarreal manager in my Wesker save. Makes sense of that. It's funny how all the old streamers still use the all inbox instead of just the unread one. Yeah. But I feel like SI sort of acknowledged that. That's why they put it back in. They're like, yeah, to be fair. I didn't mind either, to be honest. I didn't even find it that bad. I think I do prefer this, but it wasn't like a great gripe of mine at all, really. I got quite used to just using the unread tab and just only really looking at it if you needed to. I didn't mind it. All right, we have a game. It's Coventry. Should we play it? Yeah. Let's bring in... Can Dikembe play left? Who was supposed to be our backup left winger? I think it was Nunez, wasn't it? So let's do Nunez, Demista, and Dikembe with Bolde out injured. Chucky's back on the bench. Shall we give a start now to the new centre-back? Chucky's not on the bench. I lied. Darwin's left wing, yeah. I don't know why we played him right wing in that last game. That was weird, wasn't it? Giving him West Brom as a thanks to giving us the Hawthorns for a year. That's true, actually. Darwin at fullback. Not... It is home to Coventry, but no, I need him on the left wing. Let's do Nogueira in for Nizer whilst Yamada is okay, but we'll get him on the bench. Chucky for Dennis. Yeah, Dennis is going out on loan, but I actually think I need Yamada on the bench now. So I think it's going to be no Chucky. What about a start for Edson? Yeah, should we give Edson a little go? Yeah, let's do that. As it is Coventry. I do wonder if this is a game for Sani, who's not fully fit. I'm actually going to give Sani a start here. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. We're going to do Sani and Demista wide. Yeah, CB is very much right. No side preference, though. Pereira, can he play left? I think he actually was okay there. He's slightly better, so let's do it that way. We need to give him a number as well. I mean, he just isn't. I'm pretty sure his contract says right wing back. This needs to go to court. That's true. We'll see if he complains, shall we? Another very weird thing. The baby loves when you do the Donald Trump dance. No idea why or indeed how we discovered that. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. I'm not sure what that says about future political views. John signs permanently and is getting replaced. Wow. Yeah. I kind of want to play all of them, but I guess you have to keep moving on signing new good players, right? And I think he's better than Pereira, but I do love Pereira, so I don't know. They'll all let's rotate. Let's use all three. as sort of a rotating carousel of centre-backs, maybe. Yeah, hopefully, Mushroom Man, yeah. Right, let's get out there and make it all about us. There is a beautiful Three Counties team with some beautiful footballers. That is the Coventry team in the Premier League. A lot of real players still playing for them, by the way. Loads of them. Don't know how long Coventry have been in the Prem. The crane! We've still got the crane, chat! Yeah! What a weird thing to get excited about. Lancashire up top is dangerous in a lot of saves. Yeah, he's good, isn't he? Look at that in all of its beauty. This is what this theatrical entrance is all about. It's all about that crane in the background. I need to do a screenshot of that. That looks glorious. Right. I missed the kickoff because I was taking a screenshot of the crane. Get your crane emotes in the chat. We're going to score immediately in front of the crane. We need to get up there. Let me save that image and call it crane. I've spelled the word crane wrong. It's called creen now. We'll have to move with that. It's the way it is. Right. There's cranes at both ends. We've actually got 4 cranes. Oh. It's cut to the... Right. There we go. Can you update your phone face? What's my phone face? Can I update my phone face? Right, we're on the crane. What's happening? Let's just get right on the top of here. Should we go to the end of the crane? Just everyone... The way to balance is to keep an eye on something on the horizon in the distance rather than looking down or up. So I'm just going to focus there. Oh my God, a bit fast. Edge our way, not like that, to the end. Did I go too far? Not. Oh my word. Oh. Okay, we're fine. Yeah, there's another crane, a little crane there, and then 2 more cranes at the other end. The stadium, why has it not got a roof now as well? Are they extending that as well? Or are we just roofless? Roofless, I like that. That stand looks absolutely massive. But that one doesn't have a roof, which is interesting. Was that the one? No Dorking performance. No, there was no terrorist attack in Dorking. That's... I think that was a different game, wasn't it? Where we did the terrorist attack. Where's that car? Where's the that sports car that's parked? It's gone. They've sold it. No one's got any cars. No. How did people get around? Maybe this isn't finished yet. It's a new build estate development that's not finished yet. No one's actually moved in. Right, anyway, we are definitely being distracted here. Malvin Demeester on the attack, by the way, down the right-hand side. Deflected for a corner. A walking-only village, yeah. Could be. Flicked on at the near post, saved by the keeper. That was the one where I suggested crane cam and we lost in the cup to League 2 Dorking. That did happen, yeah. That was a low point in the save. Or a high point, depending on whether we're looking at TikTok analytics. We're on the attack down the left here. Oh, what a goal that is from Lordolino. What a view of it. He's curled it. Top bins. What a finish. The names are so off because I'm on the free cam, so it's still showing it as if you're looking at the other cam, which is annoying. There needs to be, and maybe there is in a newer version, a way to just turn the names off. But that was a great... Is this the replay? It's a really long replay, either way. It was a lovely finish, that, from our boy Demeester. He's playing right wing. Maybe that's the place to get the best out of him. When I was at circus school, which is a great way to start a sentence, I learned how to walk a tightrope and even got to the point where I could juggle whilst doing it. Was my tip good then, Mushroom Man? What's sort of the what's the secret there? People who couldn't get to the game breaking into the building site and climbing the cranes is great lore. I hope they stay. We love the cranes here. We're on the attack again here. It's Malvin Demeester out wide. To Lordolino, I think it's in. Edson! First start, first goal from our new left back. Look at the lads having a little dance, a little boogie. It's a good finish. Bayern Munich first time chatter just says cranes. Love it. I think that's Lordolino finds him. And the finish deflects. And the keeper can't keep it out. 2-0. I think it's time to get down. Yeah, that was mentioned above. Got you. Looking at pointing the distance is genuinely how you walk a tightrope. Yeah, there you go. Edson debut goal. Ed Dad will be very proud. Yep. Why was that quite an enjoyable joke? Ridiculous. Ridiculous. Right, let's get ourselves down from here, I think. There we go. We are dominating, though, which is nice. It would be 2 wins from 2 to start the season, which would be a lovely thing. Pereira into Bermeo. Demista into Darwin Verted Nunez. I've forgotten that we've given Darwin Nunez the number 67 as well. Veloyes! Finish! Didn't have a great angle of it because we were zoomed right in on the ball. But Edson's got himself an assist as well now. Nunez ran down the left, got it back to Edson, who's already got a yellow as well. Rolled across the box. Veloyes gets there gets there somehow, despite the defender being there. And rolls it in. Can we play you every week? Coventry are rubbish. I reckon they might get relegated. If we're dominating them like this, they might get relegated. They've got Joao Hato. That's fun. Also, Darwin right wing back at half-time. Couldn't agree more. We can get... We've got Sani on already. I was going to say we can get a youngster on, but probably should have put Dennis on the bench. Although, actually, would he have been able to go out on loan? Probably. He's not been anywhere else, has he? But yeah. Yeah, not too bad, Leon. How are you, my friend? Edson, Bermeo, Veloyes loses it. Francine's on a yellow, is he? Perfect, then. Mukasa. Is it? Oh, my God, they've got a goal back. Wasn't he at Worcester in this save, Divine Mukasa? They've hit us on the break quite nicely there. Yes, he was. They signed him on a free, had 3 seasons there, and now he's playing in the Prem. It is a decent front too, yeah. Mukasa like playing in behind Lancashire as well. Right, we are still 3-1 up, so I think we can do this. And Francini is on a yellow, as you say. So Darwin to right wing back. We'll take Francini off for Falk de Kimper. And that's the only change for now. Dinko does need a run out. Let's get to 60 and Dinko can come on, I agree. Maybe Bruno as well, although, because I don't think I did bring him on last time as well. Oliveira hasn't played either yet. Centre mid, maybe we can change the midfield as our other... We've got 3 more changes. We can just change these 3. Give them a good rest. As long as Coventry don't score again, because that would be a problem. Malv left wing could do that too. De Kimper. De Meester. Is that Oscar Pereira? He was quite good on last year's game as a bit of a wonder kid. Right, if they score here, we might need to panic a little bit. They're not going to, though, because Nogueira's just won ahead there. Veloyes. Falk de Kimper. He scores and we like it. Dun, dun. Falk de Kimper. Falk de Kimper. Honestly, I feel like you should all apologise. That's how I feel. He's better than Pelé. I don't know if I've said Pelé like that. He's better than Pelé, though, yeah. Takes it down on his chest, finishes it right-footed. Doesn't matter where you play him. Left wing, right wing, striker. He scores goals. Look, Daddy, I scored a goal again. Yep. My question, as always, did you remove Terrier's release clause? I think we gave him a new contract that also has a release clause. But it's higher, I think. I can't remember, but we did talk about it last stream. Pelé. They've all good save, Nunez. Well done. What a game. I think we were waiting. I don't think you did. Ah, maybe not then.
Follow me. Okay.
The Festa, we probably won't go there. Right, 66 on the clock then. Let's do... Demista's knackered. Let's do... Dinko, for sure. What are you? They're actually playing quite well, this midfield. Demista's very tired. I'm kind of tempted to take him off. I don't know who would go there except for Darwin Nunez, though. It's 2026 Stasio. Oh, in game? I actually don't know. In fact, I know a way to tell you. We are in 2033. Oliveira can play in the attack. I just like using him in not the attack. But yeah, you're right. Let's just do that. And then Bruno for Bamea. Let's do that. Bro. Bro. Oliveira free kick. 22 to play. Can we add a fifth? No, he's put it over. Over the top. I might need to go make another coffee in a minute, chat. We are... It's my first of the day, so I need another. I'm thirsty. What time are we on? We are at 11:15. Bro. They've had chances. We look quite open at the back, but I guess that is because we've got Darwin Núñez playing right wing back and we play with two centre backs. It's weird seeing the zoom in and out during a match. It is, isn't it? It's going to need a bit more refinement, but it's quite cool that it's possible. I do like it as to make it visually interesting when you're doing a game and basically having different camera angles. I'd like it if this was that angle changed a bit more than that maybe, but yeah, it is cool. Can we check on Pringleton? We can, yes. I love having things like boots mods. Me too. It makes such a weirdly big difference. Too much blood in your caffeine stream. Exactly, Chris. Exactly. Can we get one more highlight so I can have a look at the boots, please? By the way, I've got my I made this boot pack. I didn't make it, but I requested the specific set of boots that are in here. So you've got like these Nike Vapors, the Copa Mundials, the red Nikes, like Tiempo type ones, and then I think there's one more type in there. Oh yeah, and these Preds, look. So like out of the ones that were on the pack, oh, and then there's these blue Addy Zero type ones as well. So like out of the ones that were there, I chose which ones, and the guy that makes them, Benny, his name is, made a Clayts pack for them so that it was just the ones that I wanted. Otherwise, you have to have like, they're like pre-picked, the ones that are in there. So that's very cool. The other thing that we talked about earlier, though, is being able to have now goalie kits is so cool. Like, our keeper's got a proper goalie kit on that. I love that. That's cool. Anyway, continue. Send it again. Yeah, send it. Of course. No, all good. Send it again, Zibiken. I must have missed it, dude. Or I've been a bit all over the place for a couple of weeks, basically. So it might have just got missed or gone to spam or not. I've not seen it. Or I read it and completely forgot to reply. But send it again and I'll know which one you mean. Please do that, though, yeah. By the way, whoever's idea it was to name them Adidas Predators, genius. Yeah. It's good branding, isn't it? Yeah. Right, a 4-1 win. Kind of a weird word these days, isn't it? Predator, but yeah. Let's get ourselves back in. 2 from 2. Give me a percentage, chat. What percentage chance would you give us at winning this league title? We finished 6th last year. We're predicted 7th. What percentage chance do we have of winning the whole thing? I'd love to know your thoughts. Wesker save coming anytime soon. Yeah, Leon. So we kind of finished it, but there is one final finale video coming next week that I'm going to record tomorrow, or start recording tomorrow, hopefully, where I've done 5 extra years at the end, basically. You say it's 50%, 5% City are too good. Who won the league last year? Was it City? They've won it for 2 years. Liverpool, Arsenal, Liverpool, City, City, City. Thank you, Zibican. I'll have a look now, dude. The next save for the channel, we talked about it earlier, but a bit of another youth-only save, but combined with a multi-club save. How would that work? I've got ideas, but a multi-club save, basically. We either do or we don't. It's 50%. Brilliant. All right, Freddie Lopez, important player, off to Norwich, who play in the Championship and are top of the Championship. Could be a good loan for him. Let's let him go there. That helps us on wages as well, doesn't it? And with that now done, I'm going to go make a coffee chat. So I will be back. I need to find my hydration break thing. Where did I save it? I did this every time. Last time I just wrote hydration break lol on the screen, didn't I? I could just go and get it again, I suppose. You can still say it. Where could it possibly have gone, though? Nobody will ever know. They're gonna know. I don't know. I don't know where that is. Weird. All right. I will pause the dehydration. Yes. The only thing they didn't originally do important low. Yeah, that's the only thing, Ollie, isn't it? That they didn't actually do they didn't really want to do it. So whether they uphold their end of the deal is part of it. But even if they promised important now and play him as regular, I think we'd still be okay with it. But yeah, you're right. Sometimes they just ignore that and you have to chase them, don't you? How you doing, Chaz? Welcome in, dude. Right, chat. I'm off for a coffee. I will be back in like a minute. Literally just going to go make a coffee and then I'll be back in a second. Have a look at the league table whilst I go. And go and get yourselves a nice little drink yourselves, maybe. Go for a water, a wee, a coffee. Who knows? I'll see you in a min. Hello. 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 Hydration break. After review, hydration break cancelled. Hello. I've made a coffee. Cheers to everybody who's got themselves a coffee along the way as well. It's in a 3 Counties mug. Cheers, cheers, cheers. How you doing, Fiery Chariot? How you doing, Chaz? Welcome back, all of you. Thanks for still being here after we took a brief interlude there. I did make a coffee, obviously, as you see. I'm going to have a sip now. Ready? Get out, that's hot. Don't know why I just did that. Why would I not expect that to be really hot? Delicious, though. I also, for the garden updates fiends in the chat, I don't know if that's a thing, you got yourself a chocolate milk, because I just never grew up in that way. I like it. I like your work, Chris. I'm enjoying that. I did go and take a photo of the lawn. One, because it's rained and I wanted to see what it looked like after finally getting a bit of a rain in there. Has anybody else's lawn turned yellow? Just for gardening lawn updates for everybody. Because mine hasn't, because I've been able to keep it nice and green. Look at that. I'm actually quite happy with that, considering how bad the rain has been recently. Sorry, not the rain, the lack of rain. The drought has been recently, and the weather, the heat wave we've been through. I reckon that should only get better now. We've managed to keep it, or I've managed to keep it nice and relatively green, all things considered. We did have some rain last night, yeah. So, pretty good. I'm quite happy with it. Mine honestly looks dead. I mean, to be fair, out the front, yeah, you don't like flowers, right? What do you mean you don't like flowers? What does that mean? Yes, looks like hay now and not grass. Yeah, yeah. My front bit looks exactly like that as well. There are none. What do you mean there are none? There literally is, though. Look, I feel like you're not looking. You're looking at the lawn. What? Look, there's a whole bed of flowers that have been planted there, and then there's some rhubarb. Strange observation. When there's, have you got flowers on your lawn? But yeah, no, I'm quite happy with that. I think it's coming along quite nicely. You've got flowers on your lawn. Okay, that's not a lawn. That's a very different thing then, isn't it? There we go. Plenty of plants and flowers quite clearly in that picture. Yeah, that's what baffled me. Literally, yeah. That, like, if I... yeah, weird. Anyway, I don't know why I'm getting hung up on it, because it just completely... That threw me for a loop. All right, chat, let's continue. We've won our first 2 games of the season. I felt the need to go and prove it, even though I'd literally just shown you a photo of it. Weird. We've beaten Coventry. To be fair, that's quite a kind start, isn't it? We've beaten Coventry and... Who was our first game? Coventry and Southampton as the first 2 games of the season is quite nice. West Ham next. We play Everton, then Villa, and then City away on the 17th of September. So that may be the one to keep an eye out for a proper test of our credentials. We will see. Bradley Barcola rating so far. Is he playing in the Premier? Is he? 9.9. Who's he playing for? He's at Chelsea. Oh, yeah, we knew that. They've got that weird attack. He's got... Okay, to be fair, he's only played 1 game. 1 game, 1 goal, 3 assists, 9.9. Outrageous. You call that plenty. Okay, different understanding what plenty means. Just weird guy. Weird guy. You need maximum points before playing City, then you may go and win the league. Yes, yes. I'm just about to pop out and we'll catch up later. See you later, Clayts. Up the Wyverns, make sure you sign Goldoni. We're going to think about it. Now that Lopez has gone on loan, Puget is going too. There could potentially be... We're still over our wages, though. We just don't really have the money. If I do that, surely... That still doesn't actually help, does it? Yeah, exactly, Chris. I am going to just not get involved because it's a strange thing to do. So yeah, I don't know. We might be tight for Goldoni. I also really don't think we need him in the squad. But let's just see. Is there anyone else that we need to... Loaning out Loaning out Dennis will help a little bit, although that's not wages. That won't really help. Loaning out Luca would really help with wages because he's on 24k a week. I could ask for more wages, actually. I could ask. I think we did ask for more transfer budget and they said no before. But yeah, let's do that.
Follow me. Okay.
Let's try and loan out Luca as well. Pav, I like it. And then this is all with Bolde still to come back as well. I just don't think we need another attacker as much as... Oh, yeah, it's Backstein, wasn't it? He's unhappy. Have we got any interest in him now? Still no. Do we transfer list him? There's loans for him. I don't really want to loan him, though. How's your director of football? Absolutely, yeah. Can I see your tactic? There you go. That is the tactic. In possession, 3 strikers, 4, well, a 2-2-2-3-3, if you like, if you want to call it that, or maybe more like a 4-3-3. And then out of possession, it drops into just a 4-3-3. A loan for Backstein?
Follow me. Okay.
Do you reckon? Would Luca move to Belgium now, or do you think he'll reject it again? I think he'll reject it again. We can try. I can't. Oh, is it because I've offered him out? Oh, I suppose the loans for Backstein, if it had a mandatory sale in it, they were always so low, though, aren't they? The new signings have fitted right in. They have. That is true. Thank you for the follows, by the way. Electronics, Kaya, JJ. Appreciate you guys. Right. You are upset. Can I just tell him? I've decided to make the change because I don't believe you have the required quality to handle that much playing time right now. There you go. Right, he's happy with that. Weirdly happy with that. Like, even if you were told that and you agreed, would you be happy with it? Oh, you're right. Loan for Backstein, only if it's mandatory. I just thought you were saying loan for backs. I was like, fair enough. Fair enough. Tough love worked, yeah. There's no interest in him, though. We've really struggled with selling players, I think. Like, I'm going to transfer list him and offer him out and just see, but it feels really quite tricky to get anywhere near the value of players, or you just randomly get an offer that seems way above their value. It doesn't seem like there's much rhyme or reason to selling players in this year's game. Maybe that's just a Football Manager thing anyway. That's always a frustration, isn't it? That you're always like, if I want to buy a player, I have to spend way over the odds, but when the computer want to buy my players, they offer way less. With 21,000 hitting my bank every week, yes, I would, yeah. We could, yeah. I had to step out for a bit. Any exciting news so far? We've won our first 2 games of the season. We've got a couple of loans out. Which regen pack are you using? The regens look good. I'm not using a pack, Kai. I generate them myself individually, based on their proper in-game photos rather than just randomly assigning a face type of thing. Steve Hamilton's out. Actually, Pringle, you wanted me to have a look at Pringleton. Derek Pringleton is, well, he's still at the club. He's injured. Hamstring strain, but he did play for the under-21s. He's doing all right. He's actually one that could be good in the future, isn't he? He's big old Derek. No offers for Lucas still. Big John injury. Sprained elbow ligaments. 4 to 6 weeks. What? Hey, mate, you bought anyone new for the first team, not the under-21 signings? Yeah. Quite a few. If I go to match day, 2 in the first team squad. We signed Nogueira as a new centre-back from Real Madrid. He wasn't starting there somehow. And we signed Veloyes for midfield. He's got some down arrows, but he's a 22-year-old Colombian international. It's like he knew, yeah. So Pereira out and also Falk de Kimper. Yeah, Big John's banged his funny bone and is out for a while now. Where is Yamada can come back in? We are still no, I suppose we're not, because we've got Nazir there. I was going to say we're still lacking for centre-backs, but we're not. Hang on a minute. Oh. I thought That because it didn't say bid next to him. I thought it had cancelled his loan, but no, it's back there now. All right, Dennis out on loan. We've got West Ham coming up. Backstein off. Okay. Wolfsberger, one of our old haunts, have made a bid for Backstein. It is 3.8 million. That's not very much money, chat. Considering his value was like 12 to 15. Or 13. Maybe we can... He'd prefer to go to Wolfsburg. I can't even... Like, why would I not be able to negotiate that? Why would you do a non-negotiable offer that is like 10 million below value? Because, like, it's not like on Football Manager, they would offer this and you'd reject it and then they'd come back with a slightly higher one. If you're going to negotiate, you have to kind of make it negotiable. Like, what is that? He's worth more. Yeah. But I guess it's worth just having as a backup more than 3.8 million, isn't he? The problem with accepting and starting a bidding war is that there's no other teams interested. So, like, it's only them who want to sign him. I'm going to offer him out for 10 and see if they come back with that. I doubt they will, but even then, that's on the low side, isn't it? I think he's, yeah. I take 8, but 3.8. Exactly. Exactly. The Arsenal way of negotiation, yeah. Basically. I wonder what news we'll get today, transfer-wise, as well. It's kind of hitting a bit of a vital period of transfer stuff at the moment, isn't it? Now the World Cup's done and pre-season started, it's going to ramp up even more, I think. Right, Sergio got a work permit, is going to MK Dons. That's good. Bueno is the centre-back we looked at. He's gone to Barca. How much was that for? Was it 73 his... What? That's so cheap. I mean, we don't have that type of money, but that's so cheap. His release clause was 73, wasn't it? Maybe he's not that good. He is good, but maybe our guy kind of looks quite similar, actually, Nogueira. Sergio to MK Dons and Casado's going to Wrexham. Happy days. The window's heating up. It is. Interested to see whether any other teams come in for players like Vinicius Jr. I reckon I actually leaked that Vinicius Jr. interest. I said that Arsenal would have been in the Discord. I said that Arsenal should wait till next season to sign an attacking player because players like Vinicius Jr. will be available. Turns out he might be available this summer. I still don't necessarily think that one's going to happen. By the way, you're loaning out a lot of players. It's all the under 21s, Leon. To be fair, because people just see like Ornstein tweet linking a player with a team and don't actually read what he says. All he said was that Arsenal are exploring a move. That there's a long way to go from that. But people are like, Ornstein tweeted it, it's definitely happening. That's just not what he said. So I don't really see that there's any legs in the Vinicius Jr. thing. I don't think Arsenal will pay the wages. And I know that there's loads of things you can do with image rights and stuff. I just cannot see Arsenal stumping up a competitive wage considering he's turned down at Real Madrid. It feels like agent talk to get him a new contract, or they want to raise money for Diamonde and it's Real Madrid leaking it out, and they're looking for other teams to come in, basically. You keep getting done by that David Poostein parody account. I think that's a bit of a skill issue from you, by the way. It won't happen. He's acting up to get a new contract at Real Madrid, so no hope of Vinicius Jr. and Arsenal ship. That's what I think either. Oh, anyone else is also now a letdown for them. The thing that I just say, Magic Pair, thank you, dude. Smoochy. The thing that tells me that it's just not actually likely to happen. And honestly, I could be proved wrong on this. Like, they are, I'm sure they are definitely... If Ornstein says they're actually interested, they are actually interested. The reason is, though, Arsenal would not want this to come out in the press until it was basically about to be signed, if at all, right? The fact that it's come out before a bid has been made, before anything has really happened with the deal, tells me that Arsenal didn't tell David Ornstein this. And if Arsenal didn't tell Ornstein this. It was his agent or it was Real Madrid. And if his agent or his Real Madrid are telling Ornstein this, it's not because they want him to move to Arsenal. Ornstein is reliable for Arsenal in particular. Yeah, that's not what I'm saying necessarily, though, here. I'm saying that it's probably true that Arsenal want to sign him, but I don't think it's in their interest for it to come out at this stage, if that makes sense. So it's true that they will have got him on a list. They may have been offered him. All of that stuff might have happened, but it does not mean that this is a deal that's likely to happen, if you ask me. And again, I might be proved wrong on that, and fair play. If they do go and sign him, what a deal, what ambition that is. Fair play, go and get excited. What I'm hoping maybe is that I don't think they're... I'm more saying that is why people are taking it as gospel. Yeah, you should take it as gospel from what he's saying, but actually read what he's saying is what I'd say to people. Because he's not saying that they're about to sign him. They're saying that they want to sign. He's saying that they want to sign him, and I'm sure that's true. But because I had that conversation with one of my friends, I was like, they were like, he sent me a text saying Vinicius Junior is going to Arsenal, and I said, I don't think he will. And he said, Ornstein said he will, and I said, I don't think he did. And that's kind of where I'm coming from with it, is that I don't disagree that Ornstein's reliable. I think you also do need to make sure that you read the wording of what he's saying, though. And he says Arsenal are exploring a move. I haven't spoken to Real Madrid yet. And then straight after that, it's Real Madrid saying they didn't want to sell him, wasn't it? Exactly. Peterborough be interested in a move for Vinicius Junior. Exactly. That's like it is more than that, though, isn't it? Because if Arsenal have said they're exploring a move, it means they've signed off on basically saying they will offer him a massive contract, a massive deal. Didn't they just sign Zolis for that position as well? Yeah, but Zolis is more of a Trossard replacement, right? They like to have loads of depth, don't they? Ornstein said not any contact yet, though, only interest. Exactly. That's what I'm saying, Leon, yeah. Squad player. Can I make that important player? Regular starter. We'll meet in the middle. Done. Zolis is Trossard. Vinny would be in for Martinelli. Yeah. Yeah. That's just where I stand on it. I think there's a load of this where I think if you are, it's almost like transfer literate, where I think you have to like obsess over them as much as I do, basically. And you can read. Yeah, I did see Pav. All good. Sounds good. I'll look into it after. Well, I'll chat to you about it because you can help set it up, basically. You can become quite transfer rumor literate in that you can quite quickly start to, if you spend as much time as I do, it's media literacy as well. It is, but there's specifics for transfer stuff, isn't there? In that once you see enough of these rumors and do enough transfer windows, you start to question, why is this now being reported? You also know that anything being reported is a few days out of date. And you also then look at other things in the context of it. And you're like, Vinicius Junior being linked to Arsenal now is a direct response to the Diamonde link. Diamonde, if he doesn't go to Real Madrid and ends up going to PSG still, would impact it. And actually, he does have a year left on his deal and wants a new contract and rejected Real Madrid's last offer. Does he just want more money for his contract here? Could be to do with that, especially if it's coming from his agent. And you pile all that in and you can kind of make a bit more of an informed reading of the situation. You can still be completely wrong, obviously, and he could still go there. But I don't think that tweet read very much like when Ornstein tweeted that Liverpool were interested in Kvaratskhelia in January of last year, and they were, but they didn't sign him. Will Arsenal pay his huge wage though? Yeah, it's no smoking gun. Exactly. Yeah, it's not a done deal as people definitely seem to be taking it. Even though he literally says it's not in the in the tweet, doesn't he? I fully agree with you. Yeah, Chris, it's nice when there are surprise transfers. It really is. It's become so murky, and maybe it always was like this. Where so often I read a tweet and I'm like, you're just a puppet. The journalist is just a puppet, and they are happy to be. Like Ornstein on this one, let's do... My theory on it, which could be wrong, is that Ornstein is basically being a puppet in this deal now because this has come from the agent or from Real Madrid, and he's basically being used to either get the bigger contract or to drum up more interest in the player, and basically to do a big Vinicius Junior is on the market. And Arsenal are one of the teams. And look, if Arsenal are interested, maybe PSG, you should make a bid. Or maybe Liverpool or whoever else should make a bid. But Ornstein is happy to be played like that. And he's just being played. But he's also, at the very same time as that, also what he's reporting is also true. Like, he is reporting that Arsenal are interested, which is true. But he's also playing his part in a transfer, which is so weird that there's so many parts to play in a transfer like this, and it is so murky and weird. And like Fabrizio is such a good example of that, where he's basically a puppet in the entire thing. Win-win for Ornstein. It sort of is, but it's also kind of murky. Like, they'll learn exactly. He's happy to take the money to be that, and he's got a scoop on it because he's happy to play his part in it, right? He gets the exclusive because he's happy to play a part in it, which he can very carefully word to. It's win-win for him, for sure, and that's his job, isn't it? But he can very carefully word it so that he's not technically wrong on anything, and he still gets his scoop. And then it's win-win for everybody. It's quid pro quo. Yeah, you work for the agents' clubs and they'll give you exclusives. Exactly. That's why I don't really understand. People really slate Fabrizio for it. And maybe because he can be so much more obvious with it, because he's not a journalist working for a newspaper or a big institution. He can just be obvious, where he's basically like Andre Santos. He's done 15 tweets about him. He's clearly been given inside information or paid or whatever. And he can also come back and say, I haven't been paid for this, because he might not have been paid for it. Instead, what he's been paid in is exclusives and insight, isn't it? And that's where he gets all of his insights into things. But like, you can't really slate Fabrizio for it and not also acknowledge that even the big journalists are doing the exact same thing. And also the money you get paid for and engagement on Twitter, of course. Yeah. No bids for Backstein. I guess we just wait and see. The window's closing quite soon, by the way. Another loan offer for Dennis. That could throw a spanner. Derby are willing to make him an important player. Derby are 20th in the Championship. Where are they predicted to be? 11th. Might be worth accepting, even though they've not started particularly well. What's their facilities? Oh, they've got the best facilities. Let's accept that one and let him choose. I don't think it makes too much of a difference, but that is a good offer. Wonder if I can get them to pay something. Wonder if they'll pay his wages. We might as well try. We've got the other offers. All right, that's the best offer. Let's do that. Fabrizio admitted a couple of years ago, when asked about where he gets his info, he said lots of players message him. Oh, for sure. It's him denying it, which makes it bad. I get that it's its job. Again, I agree. But I think when he denies it, he always denies specifically that he's getting paid for it. And he has plausible deniability there, in that he will say, this person hasn't paid me to tweet this. They have, though, paid him off in other ways, where they will give him way more access, and if they have a scoop, they'll come straight to him, or or he just knows if he tweets it, he'll get the money from Twitter and stuff. But he hasn't signed a contract and been paid to tweet that thing, and in a promo. So he doesn't. There's this murky grey area where he can actually say that and still be truthful with it. But yeah, I agree. That's what I mean. The whole thing's murky. That's why I'm so fascinated by the entire transfer window. Like, there's so much money in it, and agent fees, and there's so many third parties that get involved. Like, Diamonde's whole thing is because he's got an ownership dispute. Rock Nation they own his rights, but also he had another agency, and there's a whole dispute between his old agency and Rock Nation. And then Rock Nation are basically doing... Rock Nation are... who is it? Rock Nation guy? Who is the Rock Nation guy? I can't remember. Anyway, they're basically doing all of his bidding without Jay-Z, is it? I think it is, yeah. Yeah. They're doing all of this bidding without him. He basically keeps saying in interviews, I don't really care where I go, my agency's dealing with it. So Rock Nation are going, and I think that was the problem with Liverpool early, it seems, is that basically Rock Nation had told Liverpool that he would go there, and not lying, but they'd also told PSG and now Real Madrid, I think, who might have come to it later, and probably Arsenal and probably City, because all of these teams have been linked with him. They've probably told all of these teams that he would go there. So there's Liverpool thinking that they've got like the inside track on this and they've got this one boxed off, when really the agency have just been, I mean, I guess within their rights, they've not lied, but they've just been stringing everyone along to try and get the best deal for him. And now they're going to get a deal that's going to be £100 million plus, crazy wages. And for a player that's played like 40 professional games in his career, it's crazy. Also, the talk and traction he gets from a tweet or saying an exclusive payout, in many ways, the players don't have to pay. The players don't have to pay him for him to make loads of money from it. Exactly. What would you like? He wants his... Okay, I just agreed to something and I don't know what it was. What is his actual value now then? Now that he's transfer listed, I think his values come right down. Oh no, unspecified is 13 mil. Weird. Oh, Leipzig must be laughing, yeah. They're going to double their money in a year. And they also, I think, know if they can keep it going as long as possible, the money's only going to go up, isn't it? Because you've got a fight now between Real Madrid and PSG. Imagine an auction on Football Manager where the two teams that are bidding back and forth are Real Madrid and PSG. Throw in a Saudi team then and you are absolutely laughing, aren't you? But yeah, I find it so fascinating. It's the whole insider industry. People are turning on them across sports now. There's been some backlash against guys like Adam Schefter and Shams Charania in NFL, NBA fan circles. I have no idea what that's all about, but I do not doubt it. Because it is insider trading, basically, isn't it? And like all of these exclusives, how do you get all your exclusives? It's from basically being a corrupt little gremlin. I had a really interesting interview on TalkSport regarding using AI. I listened to that, Johnny, actually, as well. It does give a lot of clubs power to get all of this scouting. Like somebody had set up an AI database basically for transfer negotiations where it looked at all of the data and then came up with values, and all of these clubs are buying into it. And if everybody did it, you basically take out the need for sporting directors, or at least you basically have like an AI handler, which is a deeply sad state of affairs. But if it means that clubs get a bit of can steal a march, they will use it, won't they? I just love a John Percy transfer bomb. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Liverpool have got like bad news James Pearce, and he just only ever delivers bad news. To be fair, Liverpool do have some good ones. Like there are some like that are like Joyce, basically. When Paul Joyce just comes out with an exclusive and he's got his picture is a squiggly little signature and he doesn't do any punctuation and he just says Liverpool signing Wirtz, and it's like, okay, thanks for the news, Paul. A bit of a sidestep, but on the flip side of the coin, the amount or people report absolutely random nonsense stories and get paid absolutely astonish me. Yeah, it's also crazy. That's what I mean. You have to like work through all of this rubbish to get to anything that is vaguely resembling the truth. And even then, that truth is very nuanced in itself, isn't it? Are you not signing Magnus Akliouche? I don't think so. Again, the link to Akliouche was Liverpool are interested in Akliouche. Liverpool were interested in Magnus Akliouche last summer. I'm sure they are interested. It doesn't mean they're signing him. And also PSG are basically far down the line on signing him. So it'll be a list, and there'll be a load of different things that will fall into place. Like they probably want Barcola first, but Barcola probably doesn't move unless PSG get Diamonde, and then even then it depends whether Arsenal move for Barcola, but Arsenal are moving for Vinicius Junior. So that's why we are where we are with the transfer window. It's that if that doesn't happen, then maybe Liverpool could get Akliouche. And then if they get Akliouche, then is he the right profile? Then they need to get this person. If they get Akliouche, they probably need to get another one. So it's like, that's just where we are, basically. But no, I wouldn't be surprised if we did, but it doesn't mean that we are yet. Is Iraola coach or manager? Yeah, technically head coach, but that's another murky one. I wouldn't read up on that too much either, because even head coaches get some varying amounts of input on who they want to sign anyway. Sounds like animals eating other animals in some sort of order. Basically that, yeah. All right, we've got a game. Let's play it. West Ham away. So we've got Pereira injured. Let's do not a club, not on here. We don't need that. I might put Luca into the under-21 so he can be one of them lads. Verified account. Exactly, Fester. It's just, yeah, ridiculous. Ridiculous. But so interesting at the same time, isn't it? Let's do... Dennis still hasn't moved, does he? I guess we go the same. Nunez left. I suppose we could bring... I think we should start Falk de Kimper. I think it's harsh not to. Let's bring Falk de Kimper on the right. And Francini, I think we offer him a new deal. He's been asking for it for ages. We weren't able to sell him, so I think we give him a new deal. And we go again next year. Star player's a bit rich, though. Star player? Are you serious? Yeah, Czech Terrier. That's a good point. Let's see if we can bring this down and bring that up a little bit. And just do a 5-year deal on 30k like that. But is he just an impact player? Who's that? We have people believe in the transfer brief. It's all bollocks. Exactly. Exactly. Still a decent contract. Yeah. I don't think we've got any interest in him. So I think we're going to keep him. We didn't sign a new right back, did we? So if we can't sell him, there's no point. We've got Darwin Nunez now, though, haven't we? Check Terrier. Where is Terrier? Just not back from injury. Yeah, he's still got his release clause. 16 mil. Shall I try again? He wants 63k a week. Do I just give him a big contract so that we can not give him the release clause? He wants a 41 million release clause. Can I ask him to get rid of it? Everything's open to negotiation, which hopefully means I can get rid of it. And then is it worth paying him more to get rid of that? And I can remove and exclude it. Look, 65k a week is outrageous, but it does mean that we don't have to sell him. And you can have 18k if you score a goal. International games. Has he got caps for Belgium? I can add... I suppose we could do a minimum fee release and just make it massive so that he's kind of happy with it. He's surely close to a call-up. Yeah, he will play them, surely. Right, if we get relegated, you can go for a free. And you can have a minimum fee release clause, but it's 150 million. Do you know what? 100 million. Because if we lose him for 100 million, I think I'm okay with that. 110 mil. He wants 80k. He really wanted to get those international call-ups, didn't he? Let's try 70 and do... Can I do goal assist bonus of 1 million if he gets 30? Exactly. I'd have been sacked a long time ago. Are you doing FPL this season? I will continue the FPL league. Definitely. I don't know if I'll do FPL. I'll set up a team, but whether I pay attention to it. I've started doing fan tracks last year, and it is so much fun. There has been some talk, by the way, we might do a Discord fan tracks league, which is where you do a draft, and it's just the better FPL IMO.
Thank you.
How you doing, Sam? Welcome,
good
dude.
morning, all. Gonna
Thanks for the
have to
8
go
months.
catch up. Hope all are doing well.
We are doing well indeed. Thank you, dude. I hope you're doing well yourself. Thank you very much for the 8 months. Was it 8? Yes. But yeah, I will continue the Yambo Championship. 70k a week is a lot, but it does. I suppose he's on 35. I thought he was on less than that for some reason. So I think it's worth it. Up the fan tracks. I can't draft Wolves players who let me down. That's true. That is true. Right. Let's give Bavada back in, even though Edson has been good. Let's give... Tell you what I'm going to do. We're going to give Dinko a start in this game as well. And we'll play West Ham. Let's go. Did you come fourth in the end? I just stopped playing it. Basically, if you have a couple of weeks where I'm just not good enough to not miss just like 1 or 2 weeks, and it kills you. If you miss two weeks, like not even next to each other, you're just so far off the pace because people are so like consistent with it. You had a really good season last year. Yeah, well done. I've been using Fantrax for the last 5 to 6 years. One of the best fantasy football ones out there. Knowing that no one else can have your players is awesome. It's so good, isn't it? Like the draft aspect of it, it's so much fun. And being able to come up with your own categories, it actually makes like so much more, I don't know, tactics to it, and so much more like the rivalry's better, and it actually changes the way that you watch football. It's really good. Fantasy Liga 1 Uber Eats. Yeah. You want an Oslo cruise and a Danish wildcard fantasy league. Wow. I don't know why I said wildcard. I don't know why. I think it's because of talking about fantasy. Danish WC, whatever that is. But ended up in the 4K, top 4K. You got one a cruise. Is that the Oslo cruise? That like the Norway all through like the fjords and stuff? I'm going on the Norwegian cruise in September. I did enjoy the draft we did for the World Cup in the Discord. Shame it got cut earlier for some unknown reason. Did it? I actually don't know the story there. Oh, look. Fabrizio's just tweeted, by the way. Bradley Barcola will not sign a new deal at PSG. The decision is confirmed. As always reported, he's open to exploring a move this summer and will not sign a new contract. Liverpool have Barcola on top of their list. So he's name-checked Liverpool in the tweet. Speaking of the no mention of Arsenal. L'Equipe have also just tweeted saying he has decided not to extend his deal. I assume it's a draw from the top 4K, right? Not anyone in the 4K gets to go to Oslo on a cruise. I propose 16th of August draft night is going on holiday the next day. I need to organise my league first with my mates to continue it next year and do that as well. Clayts, as a Liverpool fan, are you taking Barcola? Yeah. I'm quite trusting when the data nerds decide that a player is really good. And I like the idea of Barcola, not specifically from what I've seen of him, because I think he does flatter to deceive a little bit, but I think there's a profile there. Sometimes you watch him and he's like brilliant, and then you watch him again and you're like, I'm not quite sure what I'm seeing here. But the idea that Liverpool were massively into Barcola last year and before that even makes me more on board if we were to sign him. So Chiesa out. I would drive Chiesa to the nearest ferry myself. If Chiesa is starting games for Liverpool next year, something has gone badly wrong. Yeah, I don't quite know where they're going to fit him in, Ollie, either. I assume it means there's a move for Rio in the future somewhere because, yeah, he's not a right winger. So, yeah, I don't know. It's going to be really interesting to see what happens. I'm surprised that there's not been more Liverpool Rayan links, just with him being an actual right winger that they did love before he went to Bournemouth. I'm surprised there's not more in that. I guess it's the cost, really. We're 1-0 down here, by the way. West Ham have scored. By the way, we've been terrible this game. We have, yeah. It's actually the 50th minute, and we've been absolutely dreadful. I don't quite know why. But yeah, we've just decided... We do this. You know when we were talking about winning the league after the last game? We've just played West Ham here and not turned up at all. Bognar. In the box. I don't know who's got it now. Chance. Is it? It's corner. Right. Kimber's an impact sub. I think you might be right, yeah. Rayan release scores 130 million. Yeah. Doesn't mean that there can't be a deal done, though, around 100, say. And I don't know if that release clause actually comes into effect until January. So I think right now it is just a free-for-all, I think. And then it's a release clause in Jan. But I'm a bit surprised there's not more... It'd be typical Liverpool, by the way, not to sign him. But they were linked with him before he went to Bournemouth. Not to sign him for 30 mil. He goes to Bournemouth, plays half a season, and then sign him for 130 million, by the way. Exactly. It is crazy. It is crazy money, but also you can say the same thing about Diamande, can't you? How you doing, Tom? Welcome in, dude. He's played like 40 games. Right, Darwizzy, right wing back, all out attack. I agree. Let's do... Who's best to bring on? Let's move you forward and bring on Bermeo. Let's bring Sani on. We need a left winger. I guess it's Oliveira. Like that. Now, Ballantyne's here. That's the reason why we're not doing Francini Sale as well. 2-2-2-2 is the best formation. We're going to go like this. We've got half an hour to play. I'm not going to do anything silly yet, but there we go. How you doing, Peter? Welcome in, dude. Chucky got. I did think about it. Switch the wingers. I like Demista from the right. But yeah, could do. Lordolino. Chance from the corner. We might have to throw Chucky on before the end to see if he can get us a goal. We've actually had more of the ball as well, or more attacks, more attempts. Here we go. Nogueira. Back heel for no reason whatsoever. Valoyes. Yamada. Are we missing Big John? That's probably it, isn't it? Bermeo. Terrible pass. I was like about to say bring him on to do these little passes, sweeping it about, but no, terrible. We've got it back though. Lordolino's hit the bar. And we've carried on the attack. Nunez, Valoyes, Bermeo, Demista. Oh, it's off the pitch. Use a strikerless tactic, win every time. I'm all right. Thanks. 20 to play. I'll do a striker full tactic. That's the way I roll. Look at them. Get more strikers in. Corner to West Ham. Where are you? Hang on. What's going on here? That's my centre-back. Why are you not in the box defending this corner, Nogueira? Where are you going? Oh, my God. It's a master plan. He didn't even go on the attack. That's confused them so much. Oliveira, straight at the keeper. What's he doing? That was weird. Bermeo. Right. Nothing comes of that attack. Boosting his heat map. I think so. A weird 20 seconds of Football Manager that it was, wasn't it? 10 to play. There's Nogueira again, marking this guy. Picked up a knock, so I had to leave the pitch. Well, he didn't leave the pitch. He stayed on it. Demista, we're on the break again. We've got players flooding forward. Oliveira's been good since he came on. Can he finish this time? You've got to finish it there. There was a chance in there where the goal was gaping. And he put it over. Arsenal Palace doing the last game of the season, are they? Is it some mad score? Right, come on. An equaliser here. Get out of here with a 1-1 and we'll all be fine with it, I think. Baveda. Players in the box. Lordolino, Baveda. Lordolino. It's in! I told you been good since he came off the bench. There's time to win this, you know. What did I say first? I'm sure I said something ridiculous. I don't know. Lovely finish, though. Smashed in by Oliveira. 7 to play. Can we go and win it? Where is this highlight? Straight into it. I was going to have a look at that game and maybe make a change, but we're straight into another highlight. Demeester. Thought he was going to get sent off. Here's Darwin Nunez. Into Demeester. Overhit pass. This camera is drunk half the time. I like it. Do you think the Premier League will adopt a hydration break? No. They don't need to. Demeester! We've turned it around! Oliveira assist! Demeester heads in! 2 in 2 minutes and we lead. There you go. Just bring Frank Oliveira on at left wing. That is one thing. I know that it's not Dikimpa this time, but our attacking options that we can bring on are really quite good. Left-footed left strikers. Yeah, that is a bit of a thing. Right, we've scored 83, 85, and now we need to lock in. Let's do... I'm going to take Lordolino off just because he's knackered and bring on Bruno. Just to see it through. Do the change, and then we'll calm down. Yeah, England's favourite for the hot weather and needing a break. 6 minutes added on. Bit of time wasting. Have I got another sub? I've got one more sub, so let's do Demeester off for Chucky. Yeah, probably. God, I love this streaming team. I can't imagine how you feel making it. It's good fun, isn't it? It's good fun. Even if we just manage to do at the moment one stream a week, it's good fun just dipping into the weird world of 3 counties. We've made some real storylines of these players, haven't we? 7-1 Arsenal Palace in the end. Bradley Barcola, I thought he scored 4 in that game, but no, he's still one of the best players in the league then. Praise Oliveira's performance. Coventry beat United 3-0. Did they? And we dispatched them easily. Why is West Ham's manager Nicky Hayen? Who is Nicky Hayen? Also, maybe we are good. He was Cluj manager. And he's now West Ham manager. Okay. Thierry's going out on loan. Berta's going out on loan. Bar is going out on loan. Bar's going to Mansfield. Looks like a darts player. Yep. I wonder if someone will tweet about PSG going for the Lord himself. Yeah. He's Burnley manager IRL. Is he? I had missed that one completely. I've never heard of him. Oh, fair enough then. Fair enough. Football manager. Kind of realistic, I suppose. West Ham, Burnley. Both wear claret. All right. We have got Coventry. We play Coventry next as well in the Carabao Cup. Then Everton. Then we've got our Champions League fixtures. I missed it. We play in the Champions League. Why are we playing City in the Champions League? Basel, Benfica. It could be Basel or Benfica, Man City or Celeste, Lazio, Real Madrid. We go to the Bernabeu or Salzburg, Club Brugge or Rotterdam. Sort of a good version. Or Rome. Oh, right. Why didn't I say Rome? For Christ's sake, it was right there. I got distracted because they're called Celeste. It was right there. I know, Ollie. I'm an idiot. GYR, how you doing, my friend? Thank you for a brand new primer. Legend. My guess now, it's 13 points in the league phase. My guess is 10. No, my guess is 8. And we finish 19th and go into the playoffs. That's what I say. Ah! It's Load. Just scared me with that noise there. Load, thank you for the raid, dude. I hope your stream was good, my friend. All right. Except for that Community Shield, we've been pretty good. What a turnaround. 83, 85. And heading into the final few days of the window. Actually, you're right. Without Real Madrid and City are difficult. It's not too bad, is it? It's not too bad. I'm good, thank you, GYR. I am good, my friend. Can you put the Harry Kane interview noise in, please? Yes. I also want to put the Joe Hart noise where he goes, yes, that one. And also, after review, red card. Those sounds need to be in the stream somewhere, I think. Someone make a list. How difficult do you think the Real Madrid game will be? Probably quite difficult, to be fair, at the Bernabeu. We'll probably lose. Be fun though, won't it? Unbelievable support, that one. Favourite bit of the World Cup. We were talking about it earlier. That is the highlight. Please do the Joe Hart one, yeah. I need to make a list. Pav, send me now, just on Discord, Joe Hart, Harry Kane, after review. And I will try and do some of those. Need a lawnmower lawn update emote. And send that and that as well, Pav, please. Leonie's not here. You're gonna have to do what these things. Oh look. Fabrizio's just done another tweet about Barcola and Liverpool. He just did a little tick. Pav has actually messaged me all that as well, by the way. What about Danny Murphy's cat? Can we put the whole story in as a sound? AI the after review. So it says after review a Big Mac. Yeah. After review, we're having a Magnum.
Oh, thank you.
Tom, thank for the 35th month of Prime. Appreciate you. Ayu Buadi's at Chelsea. Is Buadi the Rodri replacement, by the way? Because that's a big old leap. I know that they've got Anderson, I suppose, but like, and I guess Rodri didn't play as much. Like, they got kind of used to not having Rodri with his injury anyway. Does it bring like Nico Gonzalez back into conversations maybe? I just find that like there's obviously Rodri being linked to go and then the only real midfield link with them. Maybe they'll move on somebody afterwards, but seems a bit wild. Just where he goes, shame. Yeah, that is good. They got Kovacic as well, but surely they can't keep wheeling him out. Surely not. Not as a first choice. Who somehow was world class versus Portugal. Yeah. Like he still randomly got in it. Got it in him. Jesus Christ. Where he can be really good, Kovacic, yeah. Right, chat. I think with it being the last day of the window, I didn't ask for more wages, did I? Let's ask for more wages and see what they say. If he gives us more wages, we might be able to do something. If he says no, they do actually. Do they still have Calvin Phillips? Is he still on their books? The domino effect of some of these transfers can be so good. Yeah, for sure. How you doing, Warm Burrito? Welcome in, dude. Stream's good, my friend. Stream is been a good one this morning. Good vibes, I'd say. Except for when someone started talking about no flowers in my garden. Other than that, it was good. Good vibes. He's contracted by Doubt he plays. Yeah, for sure. Right. I think, chat, we will finish off this window next time and get straight into things. Or if he says no, I think I might just finish the window off. I think we're done. It maybe doesn't quite feel like we're done because we wanted to look at Goldoni. We wanted to look at others. Maybe I'll surprise you and Goldoni will be here next time we start the stream. But I think I'm going to call it there and see what happens. And we'll be back. I think I'm away next weekend, if I'm remembering right. So I'll try and do a stream in midweek to make up for it. If I can. Is the way that I'll see that. Cheeky Goldoni inquiry on a structured deal. I mean, we might have to look at it, maybe. We're still after a striker. Creepy is the name being shouted. Who's we, Andy? See you, Clayts. Enjoy the rest of the day. Thank you, Way. Right, chat. Anyway, I will finish off this window. Spurs, yeah. I think that's been going on for a while, yeah. True. Very ambitious. I like it. You, of course. Yes, that makes sense, Andy. I do know. Now you say it makes sense. Right, chat. Anyway, we will call it there for today. A pleasure. As per usual, thank you so much for spending your Sunday morning with me, as you so often do, you lot. You are A bunch of legends. Thank you for the resubs. Tom at GYR with a new one. Sam, Magic Paired. We had Breezy gifted one. Leone was back. Pirate with a brand new Prime. Tom with the resub. Andy gifted one. Keeney was back. Brand was back. Pav was back. Notfla was back. And I think that was it. I've gone through all of them there. Thank you, dudes. Appreciate you. I will catch you on the flip side. If you're not in the Discord, join the Discord, because when I work out my schedule, I'll let you know when we're going to do the next stream on there. Also, if Discord's not your thing, keep an eye on when the scheduled stream is, because that's when I'm planning to go live again on YouTube, the scheduled stream there. So hopefully we'll get some streams in. We'll continue this adventure. And then hopefully there's also another Wesker video coming out this week as well. The finale, 5 years on, which should be good fun as well. And then we can get into a new adventure and start a new series with that thing that we talked about earlier. But yeah, thank you very much. Have a lovely rest of your Sunday. I'll catch you soon. Have a good one. Stay safe. Love you lots. Bye-bye. See you later, legends.